Rocky, you were telling me about the Odyssey. You told me to go see it. I had low expectations, and all I gotta say is thank you, sir.
All right, let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
A whole new galaxy for me and you. Let's break it down, the old and the new. With Damien and Rocky, we've got the view. This is everything R&D. Yeah, everything R&D.
Wow, what a wild couple of weeks we've seen with the Odyssey.
Yeah.
Especially on social media. Holy cow.
Dude, don't even get me started.
I don't think I've ever seen a movie have this much social media hype or play or whatever you want to call it. It's just insane everywhere you look.
I want to really say that this is almost similar to politics, even though we don't talk about politics. This is like a nation divided with this movie. It's like either they love it or they hate it.
Oh my God. It's just insane as to how much it is. And now, as I was kind of like, going down the rabbit hole, there's a lot of content creators going after each other now.
Yeah.
It's just, it's cutthroat. It's insane.
No, a mutual friend of ours, a coworker friend of ours, he's Greek, and him and I,
descent, so, yeah.
Him and I were going back and forth. At first, he submitted something. It was a YouTube video saying that it's not good, or it's like, I'm sorry. He posted something called "The Odyssey: An Epic Disappointment," and I commented, it wasn't a disappointment at all. But fast forward a day later, he's back at it again, where he's pissed off that nobody's Greek in the film.
Well,
and I'll read you some of the quotes here. So
this is the way he said.
I wrote, the good news is it's fictional history. It's
mythology,
not real. It's not factual.
And this book this movie isn't exactly verbatim for what the story is.
No. Troy did the same thing. So I wrote, it's fictional history, so it doesn't matter on the casting or accents. LOL.
And Troy missed out on a lot of historical facts too.
Of course they did. They didn't have the gods in it.
Not only that,
yeah.
In the book itself, which
Iliad,
no one talks about,
the book of
Achilles took his son with him. He had a son.
Yeah.
Never mentioned his son.
Not once.
Because that's also part of what the outcry is with the Odyssey version of it as to why Achilles wasn't there at the edge of Hades.
Yeah.
Because
he should have been like in the background.
Part of it was the fact that his son wasn't there. Oh. His son wasn't mentioned at all. Yeah. Achilles had a son.
Right.
So, this movie is just bonkers
it's divided because here, I'll give you the rest of the tea for our audience. So he wrote, dude, I'm Greek, right? Can't wait for the Puerto Rican film to be misrepresented, fiction or not. I was like, okay, those are fighting words, but I'm going to play with you. So I wrote, just wait a minute. I wrote, I forgot. My bad, bro. As for my PR representative, have you seen A West Side Story yet? Bernardo was played by a Greek. Full circle moment for you right there. And he got...
A West Side Story had hardly any Latinos in it.
There were no... This has been happening in Hollywood for years. And just because now the Greeks are insulted...
So at the same time, I had to go through and I had to talk to a lot of people about... Well, first off, if you look at the history of all the Odyssey movies and Ulysses and stuff like that.
How many are there? 3 or 4?
There's like 13. Ooh, different versions, right?
Okay.
But the popular ones is the 1954 one, Ulysses. That's the one with Kirk Douglas. Kirk Douglas.
Not Kurt.
Kirk Douglas. Michael Douglas's father.
Bridge to Captain Kirk.
No, different one. Kirk Douglas, right? So he played Odysseus in this, and as far as I know, from what I can find on the internet, he's not Greek, right? And then there's a 1997 movie of the Odyssey that featured Armando Sante, who's kind of Greek because he's from the European nations, but he's not Greek. So he played Odysseus.
He's like Paisano, I think.
Yeah, and then look at Troy. I'm just saying. You had half the cast from Braveheart. I'm just saying.
I think, you know what, Rocky? I really think people that, nobody has a problem with Troy. I think the people that loved and watched and saw Troy have that burned in their head, and Gladiator, that they wanted a whole white cast and with English accents.
I think this is a boiling. This has been boiling for years when we talk about Hollywood disastrously remaking movies.
Exactly.
And he
didn't want to do that.
And remakes and reboots and sequel or whatever it is that Hollywood has been doing. The list goes on, and we've talked about this before. Everything from Point Break to Ghostbusters to Red Dawn to
Conan.
There's so many. The list goes on and on and on and on. And then
Crow.
and then you start adding in the woke agenda, and you have everything from. Oh my God!
Do you feel that this movie is woke agenda? I do not.
I don't think it is woke agenda. When you actually sit down and analyze the movie itself, at first I questioned the casting on this because ultimately for everybody out there, the casting is the ultimate like breaking point for a lot of people, right? The storyline came in later, but it was ultimately the casting call. All right, the big ones, Elliot Page.
No, you know what? At first, I was concerned. I didn't have a problem with Elliot or Ellen, but
it was the fact that everyone had assumed that he was going to play Achilles.
Yeah,
right?
I'm like, wait till the movie comes out.
What was this, like 2 months ago? 3 months ago
in April.
Yeah. When they first dropped the first trailer and the internet just lit up on fire, right? Because everyone thought Elliot Page was playing Achilles. Right, and then at the same time, Lupita Nyong'o playing the Helen of Troy. That was a big outcry for a lot of people because she's black, right?
Well, you know what? I think here's the problem. Not everybody likes chocolate.
Well, all right, let's go back to
They don't find her attractive. Maybe again, I thought she was okay. I thought she fit the part.
Well, not only did she play Helen of Troy, but she played her twin sister, Clytemnestra.
Clytemnestra, wow.
So another fact. Obviously, this wasn't an issue in 1997. Obviously, we're talking 25 years ago.
Yeah,
it's almost 30 years ago, right?
Almost 29.
The version of the Odyssey then. Vanessa Williams, another black woman.
Yeah, she's half black, half white. What's the problem there?
She was in that movie too.
Miss Universe.
Right. So I think this is just a boiling point.
I think she was too black for some people. Maybe if she was more light skinned. Unfortunately, some people, their brains are wired that way. I thought she was great. I thought she did a fantastic.
It was the same.
job.
It was the same kind of thing of when they filmed Wicked.
With the Wicked Witch being black.
Yeah,
they had a problem with that.
Yeah, in the movie Wicked.
Oh, you know what? I'm not into musicals, so I didn't catch the hype. So I can't talk about it. But fill us in on what happened with Wicked.
Well, Wicked obviously is a Broadway musical, right? That I know you haven't seen. I thoroughly loved it, right? And it was originally Idina Menzel and Kristen Chenoweth were the two main stars that did this show, right?
They had a cameo or something.
So they ended up doing a cameo in this.
Okay, I remember you saying that.
So, however, when the movie version was announced for Wicked, and they cast Cynthia Erivo. Now she's black
and she's bald.
I think it was. Can't say for sure, but I have seen pictures of her with hair. It's generally short.
Okay,
and then Ariana Grande. So
of course,
right. So
time out. Let's take a time out. Do you think people would have had a problem with this movie if Ariana Grande was casted as Helen of Troy? I don't think so.
I'd probably say she's too ditzy for it. No, I think there was a lot of good other female actresses that could have played the part.
It's too bad Shakira isn't an actress because I would say Shakira.
She could have done it anyway. They got Travis Scott in this movie. Come on now.
He surprised me. I didn't have a problem.
I didn't have I'm not, like I told you before, I'm not a Travis Scott fan. I don't know any of his music.
If anybody had a problem with him in there, maybe the RZA could have done that part from Wu-Tang Clan.
Okay.
He always does Grandmasters.
So let me put it this way, right?
Yes.
I think he did such a good part for his part that if you didn't know who he was just an excellent black actor.
Yeah.
right? Who cares that he was a rapper? I mean, he just did his part, and he only really had the 2 scenes.
That was it. And he didn't steal the show. He didn't act stupid.
No, he played the bard.
That's
right?
it.
And that's how. And I like that part because that is one of the traditions on how the story got told down.
Yeah, by songs.
Through the bards and through the poets,
Yeah.
right? Until finally somebody put it down on paper. So,
Oh, just a heads up, everybody. Spoilers. We will be doing spoilers in this review. So 10 minutes in, if you didn't see the movie yet, go away and come back. Well, we will be doing
you can
spoilers.
stick around, but we are going to give a lot of spoilers and our opinion on a lot of things.
Starting now. Elliot Page dying. I fucking loved it.
The movie in the first 5 minutes.
You know what? And I didn't say like, hey, she died. I was just like, oh, they just killed somebody I thought was going to be in this movie. And Christopher Nolan, he took a lot of chances. And I was really sucked in when I saw that part. I'm like, oh, it's just a flesh wound. And then I was like, oh, wait a minute. I think she's dying.
No, they threw 2 arrows.
Yeah, when I saw the second one go through, I was like, oh.
One arrow through the right shoulder, one through the left shoulder, and that big spear right through the chest.
Yeah, I think if he didn't have on the helmet, maybe they would have like, if he had regular clothes, maybe.
He was in uniform.
He was in uniform, so they saw it as a threat.
Yeah.
And they said, let's attack.
Well, remember, it was a 10-year war. I mean,
I loved all that. I love that they made it the 10-year war. And well, let's go up leading to this film. Well, first off, I have the news on this film currently right now this weekend. It is currently 123.5 million domestically and over 263 million globally.
Yeah, it broke the 300 mark already.
Yeah, that is amazing. That's better than Star Wars.
They're saying that the second weekend has so far outperformed Oppenheimer.
Yeah, I believe,
and the Black Knight and the Dark Knight.
The Dark Knight. You know what I believe is going on with this film? What we're doing right now.
Yep, it's got the light.
So divided that people say, "Well, let me go see this effing thing."
Well, are you going to be somebody like me and go see it twice?
Yeah. So one of our coworkers saw this bickering that I had on Facebook with a coworker, and again, it's friendly bickering. You know, I'm a movie buff. I'm not offended by him. He's not offended by me, but we're both expressing our viewpoints. And the coworker came up to me. He's like, "Dude, I saw your comments, and I'm laughing, and now I'm going to go take my wife, and we're going to go watch it." I'm like, "Dude, go watch it."
Yeah, it's definitely
it's definitely the playground talk for you.
Yeah, it's definitely divided the country in many ways. So, for those of you that haven't seen it yet, the Odyssey is out right now. Christopher Nolan came out last week, and it is basically a storytelling about the journey home for Odysseus after the fall of Troy. Right now, where a lot of people get this wrong is it doesn't really follow the books. Right, because there's 13 books in the Odyssey.
There's a lot,
right? So it picks from a lot of the different books. It keeps a lot of the main storyline, but it picks from the different books. For example, one of the picks was the fact that Elliot Page's character is named Sinon. That wasn't in the main one. That's like in book 13 or whatever, the book 11, right? So it's later on down the road. So there's a lot of things within the books that are not in this movie, and I don't blame them. This movie is almost 3 hours long. If you were going to include everything, I mean, so another reason people were pissed off that Achilles wasn't in this.
I kind of was. They should at least, they mentioned him by name.
Right. But when you look at
Menelaus mentioned him.
Okay. So here's where my take of the movie is that when you talk about Christopher Nolan and the pacing of the movie, and this is a story about Odysseus and his guilt about what happened in Troy, right? And what's happened to his men. It's that guilt of living with that for the rest of your life, right? So in the books, Odysseus is portrayed as this jolly fellow and this trickster and this joyous and that. So there's a lot of things that are in the book that are not in the movie. Like, for example, Polyphemus, the Cyclops, right? So there's a famous line in there about, what's your name? My name is Nobody. And
No Man.
Well, that was another version. Man. It's Nobody and No Man. So
like No Man is attacking.
So that wasn't in there because it takes away from, and then also at the edge of Hades, his interaction with well, actually, we'll get to that because there's a lot of things left out of that one. But anyway, it's all about the pacing of the movie. All right, so the movie has to set a certain tone, and the tone is all about guilt.
Yes.
Right, and all about being that wary traveler and the fear of getting home and everything that goes with it. Right. So when you add in things that are going to change the tone of the movie, doesn't make the movie fit. Right. So there's a lot of those. Like if you're going to keep the movie tone at a certain level, let's just say a level 4, right? And you're going to add in a scene that's going to bring it up to like a level 8 because it's so peppy and upbeat. It's just going to take away from the movie, and I think you're going to lose people because one of the things that I took from this movie is the moment I sat down to the moment the movie ended, I was fixed in.
Same.
I was just locked in.
Same.
You know, I mean, even though it was from scene to scene to scene to scene to scene, and it had its little pacing, slow, fast, slow, fast, slow, fast, but the tone was there.
The tone was great,
and it locked me in. Now, had there been different tones of it, like being really high upbeat and then really down and somber, and then really go high upbeat and then down and somber, I think it would have lost a lot of people. But because it was almost monotone, I don't want to say monotone, but I'm just going to give something that people understand.
It was steady enough to cause a simple emotion. The person I brought, she told me that she had anxiety because she didn't know what was going to happen next.
Well, remember before, one of the things I told you is I think this movie, my first scene with it, it's everything from suspense to tension to sometimes thriller. Yeah. Kind of vibes, right? And
a little bit of horror in this. It's a little dark.
There was something on the internet that says, okay, so now that he's done the Odyssey, Christopher Nolan should do a horror movie.
No, because the person I brought, I gave her permission to take a nap, and she usually falls asleep during movies. Not this one. This one, she was locked in. She was awake, and also she had to look away during the pig transformation, and when the Cyclops,
I love that scene.
And when the Cyclops was eating the soldiers' heads, she was screaming, and I told her like, "Shh, it's okay." And then during the pig scene when they were morphing, she was holding onto my arm and looking away, and I could hear somebody above me laughing because they're like, "Oh shit!" She's like all scared, she can't look at it. So she was very animated during those scenes. But again, it's like, if you're with someone and they're experiencing that, and mind you, she doesn't always do this in movies. She doesn't do that in every single movie. For her to be acting like that, I'm like, ooh, that tells me that Nolan did something good.
Yeah. So personally, I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. I was locked in. The story was easy to follow. It was well paced. I thought the action scenes were phenomenal.
Yes.
I mean, obviously, I did have some questions to myself later, like, dude, I should know who these people are, and I don't know who they are.
Well, you know what? Let's take a little trip back with Nolan and the lovely history. So
let's talk about this.
Okay, so you were talking about Odysseus, and you're talking about his character. If you remember in the movie Troy with Sean Bean, his character was exactly like you described.
He's
Like
peppy.
a trickster,
he's
peppy, and he's talking.
Well, that's how he's depicted in the book.
Right, and that's how he was depicted in 2004 Troy. Now let's take it back a little further to 2003, 2004 Troy. What had happened was, originally, Christopher Nolan was going to direct it.
Yeah, he was, because he had just come out of the
Insomnia, I think.
Here's the crazy thing about that, right? So I had a feeling this is where you're going to go with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was originally, actually,
He was attached to it. But Wolfgang Peterson.
Wolfgang Peterson was at first, and then I don't know why
because of Batman versus Superman.
Right. No. Peterson was in it first.
Yeah,
and then he left, and then they gave it to Christopher Nolan.
Right, because Peterson was going to do a Batman versus Superman movie that got canceled.
Right.
So they gave it back to him, and Brad Pitt was forced to do Troy because of a contract.
Right.
So he was forced to do it. But I think if Nolan did it with Brad Pitt, I think we would have saw a much interesting movie, a much different movie.
No, which one are you talking about? Troy.
I think if Nolan did Troy, we would have saw a much different.
We would have seen, because what were the movies he did? What, Memento,
Insomnia.
Those are the two before,
and then after that he did Batman Begins.
So here's where I wanted to get at with this. So had Nolan, this is the words on the internet at the time. Had Nolan actually done Troy, we would never have the Batmans.
Oh, you're right.
We would never have that.
We would never have the Batman trilogy. You're right.
So all of those we would never have.
And do you think that this was like a thorn in Nolan's side? Like, I should have done Troy. I would have made Troy better. And all right, you know what? You don't want to give me Troy? I'm going to do the Odyssey. F y'all. I'm going to finish it. Yeah, I think he did.
I can't say what he was thinking, but all I can tell you is looking back. Yeah.
If you look back, this is like something he had in his hand. He was imagining it. Think about this from a director's perspective. Okay, Rocky, I'm going to give you this movie. Okay, I'm going to write this down. Okay, I got these scenes. I got these angles. I'm listening to this music. And then all of a sudden, Warner Brothers calls you, said, no, you're not allowed to do it no more. We're going to give it to Wolfgang Peterson. The movie he was going to do is gone. And it's just like, no, I had all these ideas in my head. And he probably like wrote it down and kept it to the side and says, okay, what can I do?
And so then the consolation prize was they gave him Batman Begins.
And the same thing goes for, he was also ready to do The Aviator. Well, his version of Howard Hughes.
Oh, okay.
But then Scorsese did The Aviator, so he said he's waiting on that. I think we're going to have another Howard Hughes film.
Are you? Okay.
Yeah,
nice.
by him. I think so.
So when you were talking, when you mentioned this earlier, I was like, I bet he's going to want to talk about how the Batmans may have never ever existed.
No, it was just straight up
the way we know him now.
Yeah, no, that wasn't going to be the topic. The topic was going to be straight up that he had a chance to do Troy, and I think if he did do Troy, we probably would have got Christian Bale in there. We probably would have got Bale. We probably would have gotten
you would have had
a few actors in Batman Begins.
We may not
Murphy.
have had the trilogy. We may have had just Batman Begins.
Maybe,
depending on who directed it.
Yeah,
right. So, or who was attached to that project,
because he would have done the Odyssey afterwards, and we probably would have seen Sean Bean as Odysseus.
Yeah. So I mean, but going back, I think the Troy.
I love Troy.
I mean, for anybody, like when you start getting attached to a project, it's gonna remain in the back of your mind,
right?
You know, especially when you want it to go a certain way. And this is just corporate America. This is Disney, Hollywood. It's like, especially when you work for a studio, they'll yank you.
They yanked it from under his feet.
I mean, how many actors have been? I mean, and it's not even just Hollywood.
Eric Stoltz.
It's happening all over the media. I mean, I don't know how big of a sports fan you are, but there's ESPN just fired a ton of hosts.
Stephen A. Smith.
Oh, we're not that lucky, but we're not that lucky.
Oh,
but
okay.
They did fire a bunch of up and coming hosts. And
wow, Pat McAfee.
No, these are some other guys. So, but you know what I mean. I mean,
I
it's
understand.
Just, it's the principle. The thing is that you just don't know when you're going to get pulled, yanked, whatever.
Right.
You know, and so it happens in Hollywood too, and that was this one. So
I think he kept it on the side. And his attitude must have been, okay, I can't do Troy. It's already be done, but I could do the sequel to it. And I think that's what we got here with the Odyssey. Now let's go back to the Odyssey. The scene that really pulled me in, well, not pulled me in, but I was like, oh, wait, this is something different, was when the Cyclops closed the
okay,
the
that's
rock.
when so that's when the action really started beginning. So the first
it surprised me. I was like, oh.
So the first 30 minutes of the movie, people are saying it's only 20, but no, I timed it the second time. It's actually like 30 to 40 minutes. 30 to 40 minutes.
You saw it a second time?
I saw it a second time.
Did you go to the theater?
Yeah, I saw it in the IMAX.
Okay.
Dude, you got to see it in IMAX.
I know.
I'm serious. If you're going to go watch this, see it in the IMAX, not only for the audio, but the visual feels, you feel like you're in it.
Yeah.
You get full-scale IMAX screen. I'm hearing from people that didn't see it in IMAX that they feel gypped because, you know, now you're seeing it in that like widescreen version.
No, I had no problem. I saw it regular. So, I was still sucked in.
But yeah, the first 30 minutes, it's setting up the movie. So it doesn't seem as fast paced.
Yeah.
And I actually thought he was going to start with the Trojan War.
That's what I thought.
But actually he used the Trojan War as a flashback scene because, you know, the way he tied it all in together, it made perfect sense in the end. So what I was expecting was like, ooh, it's going to start with the Trojan War and then we're going to see what happened after. But no, we didn't see that. We saw kind of like the setup of what it was like there.
Yeah.
You started to hear about his guilt, you know, I mean, and basically it was not only that, but what they did to an entire civilization, but not only that, but the fact that they broke Zeus's law.
Yeah.
You know, that theme was in this movie all the way through. Zeus's law, like literally was law.
Yeah.
You can't break this. And they broke it.
It's like the 10 Commandments.
Yeah, it's one of those things that
God's
you just
law.
don't break in. He broke it.
He broke it.
He felt guilty because it was one man's, and he confessed that at the end to Athena. One man's obsession, one man's thing changed everything, and so that guilt was with him.
Wait, you talking about Agamemnon or him?
No, that was Odysseus. He came up with the
okay.
Trojan horse.
Yeah.
Because back then in Zeus's law, if you're offered something as a gift,
from the gods,
it's a gift from the gods.
Yeah.
Right. And you're supposed to welcome it in. That's why they didn't burn it. Right. It's a gift. It's from Poseidon. It's from Zeus. It's from whoever the.
Oh yeah, Paris and Troy.
Right.
He said, "Father, you should burn it."
Right. And then they were like, "Oh, we don't want to offend the gods." And this and that.
Yeah.
Because
don't defy the gods.
It goes against Zeus's law, which is you don't refuse the gift. Well, the gift was a betrayal, right? And so that's where his guilt was at, because he broke Zeus's law, and from there, and then watching the destruction of Troy, just PTSD all over. Just all over it.
I strongly feel, even though it's not really tied correctly, you could still watch Troy and watch Odyssey back to back. There's some differences, but there's a lot explained where if you go, so I went into Odyssey, I'm like, okay, I know what this is. I know what this is. I know who that is. I know who that is. But I'm like, wait a minute. He didn't die. Paris didn't kill him. He's still alive. And he brought back Helen and he scarred her face. I'm like, okay, what happened to Paris? So there's a lot of things that were like, okay, it's a different take, but I still loved it.
Yeah.
Did he kill Paris?
No, in Troy, Paris ran away. Remember with the
No. But in Odyssey, because he got back Helen and her face is all scarred. He must have killed Paris because she ran away with him when the city was burning. Because you saw it a second time. Was there anything mentioned with that?
No, nothing. Not that I remember anything being mentioned, but it was. But in the first Troy, because remember, Paris ran away, and along with Hector's wife.
Yeah, Hector's wife and the baby.
They ran away into the hills, and that Helen stayed back. I thought she didn't go down the tunnel with them. I don't know. I got to go back and watch that.
I thought they ran away together.
I don't know, but it wasn't mentioned that Paris died.
Okay. So
at least they didn't go that direction.
They didn't go that direction. And then I assumed he scarred her face so she wouldn't be beautiful because I saw the cuts on her face.
Yeah, he destroyed her.
Yeah, he destroyed her, and he kind of put her there to show everybody, like, this is what happens. Which was great because when she hugged Tom Holland, I forgot his character's name. When
Telemachus?
Telemachus, when she hugged Telemachus, it was like, please tell your mother I said I'm sorry for everything. This is all my fault. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, she apologized and say, tell your mother I apologize for everything that happened in my name.
Yeah, for Helen of Sparta, Helen of Troy, actually.
Yeah, well, still Sparta. I think it was the fact that I don't know. I think I don't know exactly why he cut her up. I think he did say it, but I didn't really catch it.
If I had to guess, I think it was so she wouldn't do it again because now she's ugly. No man is gonna want to sleep with her.
Or maybe. Okay, so here, think of it this way.
She's no longer the most beautiful woman.
Let's go back to. Let's just go closer to modern times, right? So let's go Wild West. Prostitutes were often scarred up because they were
someone's property.
They were adulteresses. They were the sodomists. You know what I mean? They were cut up as a symbolism for their betrayal to their husbands.
Right.
So if you look at the Western life or Western movies and stuff like that, a lot of those women's were cut up.
Yeah.
Scarred for life. And it's a symbol, so that way
scarred for life.
It shows everybody you're an adulteress or something like that.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure the whole palace knows. But the one thing I liked about this movie was the storytelling. So if you remember, Helen was starting to tell the story and then it stopped. And it's like, then Menelaus, I think that's his name, right? Menelaus,
yeah.
Menelaus is
John Bernthal, badass.
I met him in person. Such an awesome guy.
Yeah.
John Bernthal. Yeah, Kurt Angle's nephew. But he was starting to tell his story and telling him about the war to Oh, I keep forgetting Tom. I'm gonna keep calling Tom Holland. Tom Holland. Telemachus. Yeah, it sounds like a future fax machine.
Telemachus.
Yeah.
Telemachus. All right.
So he was telling Telemachus the story of what happened. So the one thing I like about the movie is, as it progresses, we learn more from storytelling.
Yeah.
Which is what happened in real life.
Yeah, and because I mean, it's the same reason that you don't physically see gods, right? Because it's mythological. You don't see them in real life.
It's what they appear to us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, the movie. So the first 30 minutes, it's all like the setup of the movie, and then it brings you in where the first suspenseful thing that drags you in is at the Cyclops cave.
Freaking amazing. Did you notice the angle, because you saw it a second time, did you notice the angle that Nolan shot behind Odysseus where we're walking with him? So it feels like you're there.
You're talking when they were walking up the trail?
We're walking up the trail to go to the cave, and I'm like, this feels like I'm in the movie.
Yeah. Well,
great directing.
Well, from what I understand, a lot of those IMAX cameras were portable. So
they were portable. Actually, for the people listening, and you too, if you have Peacock, you could watch the behind the scenes on it. And you see that they had to do a lot of stuff with the IMAX camera to silence the noise. Yeah. So they had like a big cover going over it and stuff. And what I showed you in the text message is the mirror effect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was a very impactful scene. Now, does it tell the entire story of what happened on the island? No. So I did my own personal video on this on my own channel, but I'll put
the link in the description.
So if you want to basically see what was missing, watch the 1954 Ulysses, right? So when they're on the island, the first thing while they're on the island is they discover grapes. Lots
cheese?
of grapes. No, the cheese came from the Cyclops. So they find the grapes, right? And so they're collecting grapes because that's what you drink. You drink wine, right? But there's like literally it's an island of grapes. I mean, there's I don't want to say an infinite supply, but there was a lot, right?
Yeah, and so they can load the boats with it.
So when they first get to the island, they're starting to pick grapes, and they discover grapes, and then that's when they see the sheep, right? They're like, oh, the sheep. Well, they come in herds. Let's go follow them and see where they go.
Because it was one sheep.
It was one sheep,
right? And they followed it.
They followed it, and it took them to the cave, right? And so, fun fact, they actually shot that scene in the scene in the cave. They're actually in a cave.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's not a sound set.
No, I believe that was in Greece, if I remember. They shot the movie in Morocco. All the beach scenes was Morocco, and some parts of Troy was Morocco. They filmed Italy, filmed in Greece, and I'm pretty sure that
Iceland.
And Iceland was the Hades land.
Right, that's where the Hades. Yeah.
And so I'm pretty sure that cave was in Greece.
Yeah, so they filmed that all there on set. So anyways, as the story goes, they end up winding up inside the cave with Polyphemus, and then Polyphemus comes in, he discovers them, and then they have a conversation, right? They're technically having a conversation after he eats two of his men.
Yeah.
So he comes in, he slams the door, he slams the rock up, basically traps him in, gets him, and he's eating two of his men. He grabs two of his men and starts eating. So then that's when, of course, Odysseus has to be the trickster and try to figure out how we're going to escape and calm this dude down. But basically that's kind of what it was.
Do you feel that Nolan's version is a little better to speed things up?
I thought it was really quick to the point. Obviously, it's because it shows you that when they discover that the Cyclops has trapped them in there, right? And then now they're fearing for their lives, right? Knowing that you just lost some men because he's going to eat us.
He's like,
right?
I think he's asleep.
And so, so obviously now they got to figure out how they're going to escape. So that fear is there. And there is no interaction about getting them drunk and, feeding them wine and stuff like that. Because also part of that is that the Polyphemus loves the wine, and that's when Odysseus says, "Oh, well, we've got tons of wine outside. Let's go get some grapes, and we'll make you some more wine."
Yeah.
And then actually, that's where the second day was. when they woke up, Polyphemus locked him back in there, and he went to go collected a bunch of grapes for him.
Yeah.
Right. So, but they didn't
It's
put
too
any
long. Yeah.
It adds to the movie, right?
Yeah.
You're going to add another, I don't know, 10
hour
minutes.
maybe.
No, I mean, they could condense it probably to 5-10 minutes, but
Yeah.
it's going to change the pacing of the story. So for it not to be in there, I wasn't surprised, but at the same time, did it really have a whole lot of impact in the movie? No.
Yeah.
Because we're not seeing Odysseus as a trickster. We're seeing him as a guilt-ridden soldier,
Okay.
a guilt-ridden leader. So if you're going to add that in there, it's going to change his personality. And I think that's where you would have lost a lot of the
and
audience.
he was still a fighter at that point. He still had the war mentality.
Survival mentality.
Yeah. So this particular part in the movie is what got me sitting in my chair upright, was when, that they decided to burn the log and they stab him in the eye. And I don't know how your theater was, but mine sounded like this.
Oh, it was a lot louder than that. Oh my God. This is where IMAX and the Dolby system
Dude, the chair was shaking.
Yeah.
At that part when he was just yelling.
Was loud.
When he was yelling.
It was loud. It was like Jurassic Park times 10. I'm just saying.
Dude, that's the best way to describe it. It was like the T-Rex on steroids.
Oh my God. It was, and it wasn't like a friendly cry. That thing was like, it was a cringy cry. You know what I mean? That one that just like tingles down your spine and you just feel it.
Yeah.
And it was like, holy cow.
and this is how you know it's a good movie, because it's a movie. It's not real life. We don't know what that Cyclops sounds like.
And
There's no such thing. It's
I
not there.
love the fact that the Cyclops was actually a puppet. It was an animatronic.
Animatronic, yeah.
So, I mean, obviously there's limits there of what you can do with an animatronic puppet.
Correct.
So to get him to talk, I don't know how much of a challenge that would have been, because when he did speak, he was actually had his back to the boy.
Which was smart.
Yeah, and the only thing you saw his mouth do was just chew the bodies.
Yeah,
and then limbs just falling down from his chin. I'm like, oh my God, that was like.
Yeah, he was.
See, and actually, here's where I thought you would have thrown in your little Damien quip here.
What's that?
You're like, oh, you can tell that they were fake, right? And this is what I was expecting you to say. This is a Damien line, everybody. Is that when he was eating the body, you didn't see the feet shake.
Yeah, you didn't see the feet like tremble and shit. What the hell? It's just dangling.
Oh my gosh, that was funny. So, but yeah, and then they basically
He spit out the helmet, if I remember.
Yeah. Oh, at the end.
Yeah, that was so cool.
When they were escaping, and that was another part of the storyline where as he's escaping, he actually, because of the nobody line,
yeah,
that's when he yells back to the Cyclops and goes, "Oh, tell him, whoever you're going to talk to, that I am Odysseus, king of Ithaca, blah blah blah." Yeah. And then that's when Polyphemus calls out to Poseidon, and that's when they curse him.
Okay.
But instead, in this movie, Matt Damon antagonizes him and shoots another spear through his eye.
Okay, so
arrow through his eye.
You know what? I gotta relate with that, because I would have done the same thing. I would have been an asshole, and I would have done the same fucking thing.
I just want to.
So at that part, I have a clip here. At that part, when you see the Cyclops, I don't know why, but it reminded me of the character in the Goonies, and I got a little clip for you.
Sloth.
You're gonna live with me now. Yeah, I'm gonna take care of you. Because I love you. Oh, I love you, Chuck. I love you.
You brought Sloth into this.
That's all I imagined when he was in the water, and I was just like, why am I thinking of the Goonies scene right now? Like, you're going to live with me now.
See, I thought you would have done this when we were going to be talking about Jurassic Park. Because there's so many Goonie references in Jurassic Park.
But going back to Odyssey, I thought that was a really cool shot of him in the water and they're escaping, and he just gives Odysseus a look like he's like, you son of a bitch, shooting me with an arrow. And even his first mate told him, he's like, was that necessary? Like, why anger the gods? He's the son of Poseidon.
Well, that was also kind of like the setup that leads to when they get to Cersei.
Oh, Cersei, yeah.
So we'll get to that, because remember, when he gets there,
yeah,
he's all, is this a mutiny? He's all, that's up to you.
Yeah, they were like pissed.
So
at
this
him.
was kind of like the setup for that. So you can kind of see that tension build up as to where his crew is starting to lose faith in him.
Yeah, they're all dying. And
Yeah.
also, he didn't. If you remember,
Well, it started because he didn't follow
the bodies.
He didn't follow Agamemnon in the beginning.
Oh yeah, that of course.
Remember when they were leaving the island and they're like, "Well, that's right, Agamemnon's going that way," and then he convinces the crew, "We're going to go this way."
His comment was something about feeding the other soldiers, like there's not enough men to feed or something.
No, he said Agamemnon has more men to feed,
Right.
and we're going to take the westerly winds because he's all I've had enough of Agamemnon.
Oh yeah, I had enough of this king and his bullshit.
He doesn't want to be anywhere near him. So
First off, Agamemnon's style and look, fucking love it.
yeah,
Wow.
you
Wow.
didn't see his face until death.
No. And you know what? I got to give a round of applause because, dude, the way he looked when the gates of Troy opened, just standing
Oh, that
there,
scene is epic.
I was like, that costume looks amazing.
Dude, that was like Darth Vader.
Dude,
right there.
That is how
That
a
was
king should look.
exactly. It was exactly like a Darth Vader.
Yeah, he
move.
needed a lightsaber and he would be set.
Yeah, he just Darth Vader just kind of
Just turn on the lights.
Well, it kind of happened in I think it actually did happen. I want to say it was Rogue One or whatever, where Darth Vader, the doors open and you see Vader, and then he kind of starts stepping forward, and then obviously you see all the stormtroopers run from around him.
Yeah.
This is the exact same style scene.
Dude, it was just amazing. And I'm just like, that is how it. Nothing against Brian Cox, great actor, but if I had to choose Agamemnon, I choose this one, the Odyssey.
Yeah, I think for this one, Agamemnon was more fearful. And I think there was a purpose for this because the reason in the movie Troy, they said the reason that the war started was because of going to get Helen, right?
Right.
You don't steal another man's wife. But in this movie, the reason to go to Troy was because Agamemnon wants to stop the Trojans from controlling the trade routes.
Right. And that is kind of mentioned in the Troy on Netflix. And we do see the sacrifice as well of the daughter. So I was familiar with that. I was because of the Troy TV show, which was
well, they did comment on that. They
Yeah.
did say that when you do have to make a sacrifice, you have to make a sacrifice that's greater than yourself, right? And so for Agamemnon, the only thing that's greater than himself is killing his own daughter.
his daughter. Yeah.
Sacrifice his daughter so that way the war goes, the way it should. And of course, Clytemnestra, that's why she kills him in the end, was because she's still bitter at the fact that he killed their daughter.
Yeah. And she had a lover anyway. So she had a side guy.
Yeah.
So,
And she was still the queen. But
yeah. And if I remember from what Menelaus was saying, that he had them both killed. So she got killed and the lover.
Yeah.
So he had them both killed. So now Helen of Sparta has nothing. She doesn't have her sister anymore.
Right.
She doesn't have her niece that passed away. She's got nothing.
yeah.
Or Paris. So yeah, it's a real tragic story in the end if you think about it.
Yeah. For her. Yeah.
For her, yeah.
And like I said, I didn't have a problem with Lupita Nyong'o on it.
No, she's
I
great
mean,
actress.
and she's still a beautiful woman.
She's still beautiful, yeah.
I mean, I think, and I hate to call a lot of these internet people out there racist, but that's what it was. This was all racist.
yeah, it's racist trolls. And you know what? What's the sad part, Rocky? I think a lot of these people aren't racist, but they're doing it for attention.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it's also kind of like this has been boiling up for the last 10, 15, 20 years with the whole woke agenda.
Yeah.
Where you're casting a woman in a man's role or a black woman in a white woman's role. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, remember the whole backlash with 007 was played by the black actress? Because she's 007 is just a number. She's not James Bond.
right.
But that was an uproar.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's, and it goes vice versa. I mean, it's like if you went and remade Roots, are you going to make it with all the white slaves?
You know what?
You know what
I
I mean?
really feel that if, I'm not being racist here, but if they went in between, so maybe if they got a brown woman, maybe a Latina,
I don't know. And this
like
is
Sasha Calle.
this is a
or,
tough societal question
Ariana Grande.
because you have so many different people on this planet and everyone's gonna have their own point of view on it.
What happens if they made her Asian? Like, what if Helen of Troy was Japanese or Chinese? Well, then again, she's not Greek.
It's not just this movie. This movie was just a reason for people to outcry, but this has been going on in multiple movies, multiple genres for decades.
Yeah.
I mean,
Even superhero movies, like they made Iris West, they made her black. And that was an uproar. I'm like, who cares? Barry Allen is in love with Iris. It doesn't matter.
Well,
what
that's
her
like the whole new
nationality is.
double soul. You're talking about James Bond.
Yeah.
The rumor went crazy when they were talking about casting a black man to be the next James Bond.
Oh, Idris Elba? I would have liked that.
I'm just like,
I would have liked him.
you know what I
Bond.
mean? Like, yeah, we are used to certain characters. I mean, it's like, I know you're not into musicals, but Fox, I think it was Fox that did it. They did a live action of the show Annie.
Oh, I think so.
You remember Annie?
Yeah.
You know the story of Annie?
Yeah, and Jamie Foxx played the ball guy or something? No. Or am I thinking of something else?
No, so you're thinking of something else. But
Okay.
anyway,
I thought Jamie
in the
Foxx
story
played the-
Annie, right, where she's a little orphan girl.
Redhead Andy, yeah.
Read it, right?
Little orphan Andy.
Well, the live version, it was a blue black girl. Yeah, so I mean, there's outcry. I mean, but this has been happening.
What?
So it's been happening.
Okay, I kind of agree with that.
I'm just saying, this is
Hold
this
on.
is Hollywood and the woke agenda that's
What?
been going on.
I didn't even know about that. I know
Disney.
Annie because I saw the movie from 1980.
Yeah.
With Tim Curry and Diane Lane and
Oh, what's the guy's name that played?
what's the name of the woman that yanks her ear to her mom? Hello, Cindy. I forgot her name.
You talking about the one that was in charge of the?
Yeah. The foster home caretaker, but she used to have a show and she would tug her ear to say hello to her mom on TV. I forgot that actress's name. She was also in Better Call Saul. That she was in the wheelchair.
Hold on. We just watched it. I was just watching her show. Carol Burnett.
Carol Burnett. Yeah. That movie.
I hate to say it, I was actually watching the Carol Burnett show last night.
See, she was in Better Call Saul, and she called the cops on Saul.
Yeah, she played the mom of the guy that he manipulated.
Yes. She used the life alert to call the police.
Yeah.
All right. So Carol Burnett.
So yeah, Carol Burnett.
I'm familiar with that Annie, but you telling me that it was a black Annie. Okay.
Right. So there was what was it 2014 according to the internet? Yeah, 2014.
What year did The Little Mermaid come out with the black actress that people were upset about that?
Oh my God, Black Ariel.
Black Ariel.
It was after this one. So yeah.
So I think it's those same people that are upset with Helen Troy. Again, I think if we went in between,
Miss Hannigan, that's her name.
Yeah, I think if we got a Latin actress, that girl from the Scream series, I forgot her name, the older sister in the Scream movies from Scream 6 and Scream 5. Maybe she could have been in that, who knows?
Yeah, so Annie, Daddy Warbucks, they're all white characters. So
Or what if the actresses who played Athena and Helen and Troy were switched? Do you think that would have been a little better? If it was Zendaya, whatever her name is.
Well, Zendaya. Well, there was a reason for Zendaya to look the way she did because of. All right, since we're going to talk about Zendaya, so she is Athena, which is the goddess of love and war, right? I think. Right. So Athena, obviously, gods don't have physical form. They only represent physical form on the person that they're being reflected from.
No, because I remember watching the show Hercules and Xena, and they had physical forms. Okay.
Right, in real life.
Click, type, send.
Okay, how many gods have you seen walking around here? Other than me, how many have you seen walking around this planet?
When I look in the mirror. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I'm just saying.
None.
So gods typically don't have physical form, right?
Okay.
That's why you don't see Zeus, you don't see Poseidon, you don't see any of the gods physically.
What about Wonder Woman? And she sees Ares and she sees,
No, that's DC. I'm just saying.
Okay.
So, anyways, that's what we're talking about Troy, and we're talking about the Odyssey. So basically, the vision of Athena, the way that Odysseus sees her, and you called out the scene the other day, and I think everyone has, right? So there's a flashback scene when they're in the Troy, and he watches this young girl being beheaded.
Correct.
In front of her. Well, that girl is the image of Athena, which looks very similar. So Zendaya looks very similar to that character.
And at the same time, they cut off the head of the
they
statue.
chopped the statue of Athena's head off. That was kind of all right at the
Which
same
was
time.
symbolism to when Achilles chopped the head off of Apollo at the temple in Troy.
Yeah. So
who guards Troy? I thought it was Apollo, but I guess Athena is also represented in Troy? Or was
through all of Greece? I mean,
okay, no, but I thought it was just Troy Troy was the sun god that watched the gates of Troy. I'm sorry, Apollo. Apollo watched the gates of Troy. But I guess on the inside where the city is, that's Athena? The Temple of Athena?
I'm not a Greek mythologist.
Oh,
I know
you know
some.
what? I would. You know what? Now, you just gave me fuel for this argument. I am gonna go to work, and
Let's
I'm gonna
go.
talk to this guy. I'm like, hey, what the f do you know about Greek mythology? Do you know anything about the gods? Do you pray to the
I
gods?
can.
Do you have a statue of Poseidon?
I don't pray to those guys.
No, but him. I was like, do you have a statue of Poseidon in your mail trick? Oh, I'm gonna be a dick. I'm like, okay, if you're gonna fight, let's fight.
Oh my gosh.
I represent Spain.
So
Yeah.
I can get you answers. So in Greek mythology, he's the god of light, healing, prophecy, music, poetry, and archery.
Who's that?
He is the son of Zeus, Apollo. He is the son of Zeus and Leto, and the twin brother of Artemis, goddess of the hunt. He is considered to be the most beautiful god,
Hey, you know,
and represented as the ideal of the Kuros.
that sounds like the Artemis mission. You know what I'm talking about? The Artemis, the
Yep.
space shuttle and the Apollo.
Well, why do you think? What do you think NASA has them all named out? The Apollo missions, Artemis. Anyway,
So NASA respects the Greek gods.
Yeah.
Okay.
so well,
like
yeah.
that.
Oh, we are going to the heavens. you know?
Oh, we're looking for the gods. They're in the universe somewhere. They left.
So I mean, to get you a little bit more of like Athena and how she is, I don't know.
I was just curious about the Troy worshiping and protection. I love the style of the Troy soldiers in this movie more than the other.
that
one.
white, the white,
The white and
I
the
love
gold.
their armor.
Yeah, because in Troy it was more like an Ottoman Empire kind of thing.
And they had the, what do they call those things on their heads? The little the manes that they have.
Yeah,
on there.
yeah. It's like the little peak and
Yeah.
the manes.
So it was a lot like horses,
yeah.
right? You know,
And this
the
one was
horses' mane.
straight up like a cool ass armory.
Yeah, and that was badass.
Yeah,
They just look
like-
badass
I love
with the capes and everything. It's
Oh,
like,
dude,
dude,
I love.
why can't we walk around like that anymore?
There might be a time. There might be a time when we might. You know, there might be an apocalypse. We'll go back to that. But I love the clothes. I love the style. I love the architecture because they did go to a real life city, and then they use some type of like foam and all that and stylized stuff on the outside. Because Tom Holland said that he went to rest his hand on a wall. No, not Tom Holland. What's his name? The asshole that's trying to bang Penelope. Batman Part 2. What the hell is his name? The freaking vampire that'll never go away.
He's
Emo
always-
Batman. Robert Pattinson.
There you go.
Yeah. He was great in Harry Potter when he died. So he put his hand against the wall,
And realized
and
it
that's
was
when he
fake.
realized it was fake.
Yeah.
But it looked so real to him.
Yeah, and so a lot of things were. I mean, that's just the power of movie making.
They had to fly and use cables and rigging systems to bring all the equipment up that mountain. So that was a real life set that they were at. It was beautiful.
And another thing, props out. Unbelievable as to how many extras they had. Thousands of extras.
Thousands. They had so many
Thousands.
that in the tent it looked like a Comic-Con convention.
Yeah.
They said.
It was just insane as to there's not. The thing I love about this is it's all natural. That's what I loved. One of the things I loved about this movie is there's not a lot of CGI.
No.
Very minimal. I mean, and
They
we're-
casted tall people for the Tin Soldiers.
so yeah, we're going to talk about them because I was just going to lead into where they did do CGI was when they moved the trees.
Okay, yes, and that was my favorite part of the movie.
Lystragonians.
Lystragonians.
Yeah, they're.
I know one of them was a WWE wrestler. I recognized him.
I think most of them are. I mean, I don't know who the cast of the Lystragonians were, but
No, I know they were 7 feet tall. A few of them.
yeah, they. But in the making of the movie, they kind of. Well, yeah. So basically, you get. A couple of dozen of these 7 foot tall blue monsters. And then to make the soldiers, that's why you see them from behind. They literally had kids.
Yeah.
Kids dress up as them. And then they, made it look so you can see that size.
Yeah, so you can see the
disparage.
size and difference. I just want to say that normally I'm quiet when I watch the movies. I rarely like talk or yell out loud. But when I saw, because I saw the guys get trapped, I said, "Oh, they ran the wrong way." But when I saw Matt Damon, Odysseus, when I saw him running, and I saw the boat, I was like, "Oh, okay, he's gonna make it." I was telling Carla, I was like, "Oh, he's gonna make it." Then all of a sudden, the trees started to move, and I yelled out loud, really loud. I was like, "Oh shit! The fucking forest is moving!" I thought it was me. Like I thought I was looking at it wrong. And she was laughing, and she was like, "Yeah, I know, I see it." I was just like, "Wow, this is so cool."
It was like a mousetrap. They were like mousetraps. So like the first group of guys that get trapped in there.
Yeah, I thought they went the wrong way. I was like, "Oh, they went the wrong way."
Then you can just see the trees kind of like going in, and then it traps them on both sides.
Yeah,
and then it was just easy prey. They were just stabbing.
Yeah, they were stabbed. But I see. So from my perspective, I was like, "Oh, I think they just went to the wrong. Like they turned the wrong way. They got lost." But once I saw those trees, because again,
it's like
Nolan,
running into a mousetrap.
Dude, Nolan is so good. Is that you're running behind Odysseus and you see his point of view. I'm like, "Oh, okay, I see the beach line. He's gonna make it, whatever." But when I saw the trees started to move slowly, I'm like, "Oh."
Yeah, it was,
I was like, "Oh,
to trap them."
Dude, I loved that scene so much. I was just like, I want those soldiers to come back again. But dude, you were right when you were talking about the boat. Go ahead, tell me about the boat. When what was your reaction when you see them chopping the boat and shit?
Oh, they just destroyed the boats, and they moved fast. And when they got to there and they capsized them, and I think that just would suck knowing that you're just gonna get murdered.
So it's interesting the weapons that they have, because I would love watching a show called
Giant Massive Swords.
Yeah, so I love watching a show called Forged in Fire.
Okay.
And they do a lot of prehistoric Bronze Age weapons. And so the weapons that they were holding, those Half Moon ones, I know exactly what that weapon was. I'm like, "Oh, shit."
Yeah.
Yeah, no. And the way they were chopping into that boat, I'm like, yeah, that's how it goes.
Yeah.
Impressive. I was really impressed with that scene overall.
Yeah.
What was the deal with the little girl screaming? Because I made a joke. I told Carl, I was like, "Hey, that's you."
Oh,
that was like a guard dog for them or something.
I just think it was just a little kid playing in the woods, and she got startled by these guys.
She just alerted them.
Yeah.
And then they didn't even bother negotiating, because I think Odysseus tried to talk to them, right? He was like, "We mean no harm," or something. And they were just like, vroom, 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 like no negotiations. Straight up war, straight up battle.
Yeah, it was just crazy because these are man-eating people. So it's amazing just the cannibalism that was at the time.
The crazy part is it's the same island. So they hop on the boat and they sail around. I'm like, dude, you don't know what other dangers are on this island.
Well, at least that's how they made it sound. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, "Oh, we'll just follow the coast. Look, there's a house there. What if there's another asshole that's like 7 feet tall, or 3 of them in there cooking?"
Yeah.
Like, why would you lead your men into the battle?
I mean, I can't speak. I don't know what it was.
I would not do that.
But you're right. They did just go down the coast.
They just went down the coast. It's like it's the same island full of these tall assholes that are going to kill you.
Was it the same island?
It was. They just
there wasn't a little strait between them. I don't know.
Oh, you're thinking like it's archipelago, that there was another separate island?
Could have been.
You saw it twice. You didn't notice that?
It could have been. They didn't make it seem. They didn't make it say that it was one island, giant island, or it was 2 separate islands. They didn't say that. They just led you to believe that it was all one island. Exactly.
Huh. I'm gonna come back to you on that. I'm not gonna go back and forth with you on that, but when I watch it a second time, I'll give you my opinion.
I'm gonna look to see if it's the same island.
Literally on the workroom floor, I will tell you, like, I don't care what boss is in front of us, I will tell you right there. I'm like, "Bro, it's the same island."
I think the thing that was crazy about this was it's so shocking because when they come up on that and on the little kid,
yeah,
they start screaming, then all of a sudden you just have these big giant monsters coming out swinging
and no negotiation.
Nothing.
And
they
and
were just
power walking towards them. Like, I think he tried talking to them, right? Like, we mean no harm or something.
Yeah.
Or?
Well, he said that to the child. Oh, and then all of a sudden you got these big, massive brutes coming at you
with armor.
Yeah,
straight up medieval time shit right there.
Yeah. Well, they did refer to this as the Bronze Age. Remember, because even Odysseus said, this is like the end of the Bronze Age or something like that.
Because they looked like knights to me. I was just like, ooh, it looks like English knights. And bro, they were just power walking, like no negotiations.
So the kind of thing that I took of this was that, because, this is Poseidon, casting the spell on them, the Lystrigonians, I hope I'm saying that right.
Yeah.
The big giants, right? They basically gave the same cruelty to the Greeks as the Greeks did to the Trojans.
Oh.
It's kind of like
punished.
Because they just stormed the gates and started killing people, right? No negotiation. They just stormed the gates and just started brutally murdering everybody. So there's the Lystrigonians. You're on our land. They're just going to start killing people.
Yeah, like get out.
Yeah, there's no getting out.
Wait a minute. I'm trying to think. Did we see dead bodies or armor?
What?
In the forest when they were walking in the forest? Like, did they see dead soldiers or skeletons?
No, that was when we were at Circe's house.
Okay, but we didn't see that in the woods.
Not at first.
Okay.
You saw him after everyone was brutally murdered.
Oh, okay.
Just imagine those swords were huge,
dude.
Right? You got what? I don't know how big they are, like 3 feet long.
Honestly, I would say the size
steel.
of this table that we're using right now.
Just imagine that big, sharp sword cutting right through your chest.
That goes right through the bone. So,
literally.
You should watch Forged in Fire. I think you would love that show.
Just the idea of being, I cry when I cut myself with my knife.
Oh, when I get a paper cut at work, when I cut my hand on an envelope, I'm like a bitch.
Just imagine being stabbed. And being stabbed with a pocket knife is, it hurts, but,
imagine being stabbed
with a sword in your chest.
Being stabbed and wondering, like, was that a fatal blow? Am I going to bleed out?
Yeah, you're dead.
Oh, no, I'm dead. I can't move my back anymore. Okay, I'm just going to take this.
Oh, my God, yeah. But, yeah, no, that scene was just incredible.
So that's the scene that captivated me in this movie because I didn't know where the film was going. But when I saw that scene... and I said, "Oh shit!" out loud. I was like, "Oh, Nolan got me. I'm sucked into this film."
Yeah, they're just the crew's just being punished, and you're sitting there and just imagine being a member of the crew, right?
That's when it's left to one boat, right? There was only one boat left after that.
There was one boat left
because the other two boats got freaking demolished
by those guys. Yeah, yeah. But here's the theme too that actually goes back to the Trojan horse itself. You see the fear in these men's eyes.
Yeah.
Right. So there's a scene in the Trojan when they're in because actually the one thing I loved about this is it showed them in the horse itself.
Oh, with the water.
And right. And that's he leads it up. We had men drown because the tide came in.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
They were in there longer than they expected. Right.
Why didn't they build the horse a little higher on the beach line? Why build the damn thing? So okay, I'm being too literal.
Maybe it was actually upright, and then the tide tripped it. I can't.
I'm thinking too much into it because I looked at the beach line. I'm like, oh, you could have put that like on the dune or something. Like, but because I'm so literal, I felt bad for the guys drowning in feces and stuff.
Dude, you're so literal.
That's how you know I got into it.
Oh my gosh, I can't answer every question for you. That's a Nolan answer for you.
And how did what's his name? Sinan? How did Sinan not even inspect it or look at it or say, that looks like a door down there?
Because all right, so when they were in Hades, Sinan asked that question. Couldn't even say, and he was like, and Odysseus was like, dude, I was like literally right there next to you. You were faithful. You kept your thing. I was literally inches away from you.
I heard you. Yeah.
And then he's all, I didn't even know you were inside until the dead told me. Right. And he's all, why didn't you tell me? Because I needed you to believe.
I needed you to believe because if you look like you were lying, they were going to know.
Yeah. Because I needed you to believe that this was just a gift.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like, there's that guilt, right? Knowing that, because he got him to believe that and to do that and then to watch him. Right, and hear him getting murdered.
Yeah. From the other side.
Right.
What was your opinion on the look and the style of the horse? I like the fact that it looked like it was built from broken ships.
Well, yeah, in the how-to movie making thing, they did say that they wanted it to look like the ships.
Yeah. I like that stylistic choice. The movie Troy, the horse was okay in that. But did you know that they really had the extras pull the horse all the way
they
from
pulled
there?
it all the way up.
All the way up in there. So they had all
And
the
they
extras
stood it
pulled
up.
Yeah. And
All
they
the
hoisted
extras.
it up. Yeah. So all that was real.
Yeah.
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 Like,
having bad props all to them.
yeah, I wouldn't want to
Just
be
like
an
the
extra on
Dolphins
that.
were real.
The Dolphins were real.
Yeah, they just happened to be.
That was an accident shot, and they kept it in.
Yeah.
And luckily, Matt Damon just looked forward. He's just like, okay, I'm not going to break character. I'm just going to like enjoy this. Yeah, because it's for the
because
camera.
me, I would have like turned around and been
I would
like,
have turned around like, oh, you see those? You see the Dolphins? You just ruined.
And then everybody in the background would be like, oh, dude, you just ruined the shot. Oh, that was so epic. Yeah, we'll never get the Dolphins back now.
Knowing Nolan, he would have asked for real dolphins. Can you guys fly some dolphins in from the aquarium
Gonna
or something?
get some dolphins with some freaking laser beams on their heads.
Dolphins with laser beams. So now we're gonna go to I believe we were talking about Cersei.
So the next person up was Cersei.
They drifted along the island.
They coastline.
So tell the audience about the exact lines that the crewman said.
No, you do it. No, I'm kidding.
Well,
All right.
well,
So,
he said, he goes, what is this, mutiny?
So basically, when they land on when they get to the island, basically he says, "Okay, we're gonna go up to the house and we're gonna get some food." And then that's when his I guess I don't even know his name, but he's the leader of his first mate, I guess, the Indian guy, Hamish Patel. What is his character's name? I don't even know his. Anyways, he goes, "No, we'll do it tomorrow." And he goes, "Okay, tomorrow." And
but if you think about it, there was another. I'm sorry. If you think about it, there was another guy left behind. If you remember, because
they had to leave somebody behind. Yeah,
no, because he was watching the boat.
yeah. There's always somebody left behind. But yeah, no. So they get to the island, and then his men tell him, "Hey, we need you to." Stay. He goes, we'll go up, and he goes, what is this, a mutiny? He's all, that's up to you. So basically that's kind of what happened. So the men went up, and then Odysseus goes, well, fine, give me your bow and arrow.
Right.
I'll make sure that we have dinner for tonight.
So casting wise, I liked the casting of the men on the ship, because you had the one guy that always plays Russian bad guys. He was there. He's like a second lieutenant. You had the black guy that died in the cave. I think he's been in a few Marvel films, if I remember. And then you had the Asian guy who jumped in the water with the screaming sirens. And then you had his first lieutenant, which, his right-hand man, he was Indian. Was he from Inception, or am I thinking of somebody else?
Hamish Patel?
Yeah.
The Indian guy?
What was he, the chemist in Inception? I don't remember.
You know what's funny is I didn't like him at first, and then I actually liked the movie. He was in Tenet for sure.
Okay, he was in Tenet,
but he was the lead actor. Did you ever see the movie Yesterday?
No, I don't think so.
So it's a weird story. The dude can sing, actually. He sang all the songs. So basically, Yesterday is a story about the Beatles, right? Like basically.
Oh, that was him.
Yeah, that was him, the Beatles.
That he sung all the Beatles songs.
All the Beatles songs, and no one else even knew who the Beatles were.
It was only two people that remember it,
Yeah.
and he went to go see John Lennon at a lighthouse.
Yeah.
Because John Lennon lived.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I didn't know who he was at first, and then I started looking into him. I was like, dude, that's the dude from Yesterday. I loved him. That I didn't like it at first because I was like, dude, they're doing an Indian dude doing this, but I was like, boy, he can sing.
Yeah, and he kept trying to ask for Coke, like Coca-Cola.
Yeah, and they're like, what is Coke?
What's Coke? like it sounds like cocaine.
Yeah, so it's like you enter into this other dimension. But yeah, that's where I know him from. But yeah, he was in Tenet. I don't know what other movies he's been in, to be honest.
Okay, yeah, that's right. That is him.
Yeah, he was in Yesterday.
Again, I like when we talk about the casting of this movie, I really don't think Christopher Nolan sees race. I really don't. I really think he just sees acting.
Yeah,
Like, who can make my vision come true? Because if you have a bad actor, it's not going to make it look right.
and even this crew. I mean, you have every race in there.
Yeah.
You have a lot of Chicano. A lot of Chicanos.
There
were
was
in
a
it.
lot of Latin people. in there.
What's his name? Will Young Lee is the
It's the Asian guy. Yeah,
that
he's
you're
been
thinking.
he's been in a few things. At first, I thought he was in Tokyo Drift, but he's been in something else.
Oh, he's been acting for a while.
Yeah, I've seen him in a lot of things.
I know most recently because he's on every now and then. He's on. Well, he was until they canceled the show. But
What show?
The Good Doctor.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You know what? You know what you're probably thinking is he was in Wolverine.
Was he in Wolverine?
Yeah, remember the scene where he goes to the town and you got all the
Samurai?
all the samurais jumping around and this and that. He was in
Oh, he was one of the ninjas on the roof. Yeah, on the okay.
and then he's done what was another one, like the Godzilla movie, not all the Godzilla movies, but
Yeah.
I want to say he was in Rampage, that one with The Rock.
Okay.
So he was in that one. So he's been around.
Well,
Dude, actually, being a big fan of Mortal Kombat, I can't believe he didn't recognize his voice.
Oh, he didn't do Liu Kang.
Kung Lao.
That's Kung Lao? No shit.
Mortal Kombat 10, he played Kung Lao.
Oh, he did the voice of Kung Lao.
Voice of Kung Lao.
Oh, I did notice Penelope's right hand. That's the one that always plays the crazy bitch from Pearl. She played Pearl, the one that was married to Shia LaBeouf.
Oh, yeah.
The one that's the side chick for Robert Pattinson. I was like, oh, that's Pearl. Remember, he was like, she was like, wait, what did I do wrong? If nothing's wrong, blah, blah, blah. And then she kills him and stuff. Yeah, so she was. The
I don't really know much about her. Mia Goth.
Mia Goth.
Is her name. I don't know anything about her, but people love her. I don't know why.
Because she's like, well, again, now she's being replaced by that girl from Obsession or Obsessive, whatever it's
I
called.
thought you were gonna say Supergirl.
No. I'm surprised she wasn't in this.
I'm glad she wasn't. Seriously,
I thought she would be in this.
I am so glad. Millie Alcock. I don't know who she is, but anyway,
She's from Game of Thrones, House of Dragon.
She should just stay down under. But anyway, I honestly thought I didn't think she was that great in Supergirl. But
No, I haven't seen Supergirl, but
it was already a butchered movie. And
so let's go to Cersei now.
Cersei.
I feel like Emma Watson could have played that character, but I'm okay with the actress.
I thought, she kind of gave me some Kathy Bates vibes.
Very Kathy Bates vibes.
And
Very
it's like,
good comparison. Yes.
She gave me Kathy Bates vibes where she was all like, oh, I'm going to be very generous, but she's very sinister at the same time.
Dude, it was great. She had a pain behind those eyes.
How dare you offend me by not even accepting the meal that I've offered
and putting down
in
your
hospitality?
dagger.
Oh my God,
I love that. It's like he doesn't obey Zeus's rules, so he's not gonna do it.
Yeah. So, but he knew something was up. So I mean, it was just
So that's another. See, this is what I'm saying. This movie kept intriguing me when they were walking up the hill,
animals.
and you see all the different felines.
Yeah.
You see the lion, the tiger, the black panther, the jaguar, and the tiger. When I saw it, I was like, oh my God, what is this? Like, I loved it. I was like, this is great. I was just really, really intrigued because this movie kept surprising me with shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And when I saw all the felines, that's when I was leaning over to Carla. I was like, yo, this is fucking great. I love this. But when they were eating, I thought they were choking.
I thought the eating scene was just I was like, what the fuck is going on here?
I thought they were choking. I was like, oh, it's like poison and she choked
Imagine
them.
being an actor in that scene, right? You're like, okay, guys, we're gonna give you some stuff, these like menudo looking things, and
it's pork ramen. That's what they're eating.
Pork ramen. Look like menudo strips.
A little bit.
Because it was tripa and everything. So anyways,
yeah.
They're sitting there eating, they're like choking, but yet they're eating.
They're eating while choking.
And they're like like paralyzed at the same time, right?
Yeah,
and you can just see the fear in their eyes, and you can hear them moaning, and they're like, "No!" I'm like, "Oh my God!" Imagine being an actor there, and you have to sit there for the entire duration, until your turn is up, and then even the Asian guy, she stuck her arm down his throat, and like, oh my God.
I kind of giggled at. Well, I was smiling and giggling because it reminded me of Beetlejuice when they were transforming themselves. Remember when he pulls his nose and he takes the eyeballs out? So I was already, what's the word when You watch too much of something.
Beetlejuice.
No.
You become sensitized.
Desensitized. Yeah,
Right.
that's the word for people that watch a little too much adult content. You become desensitized.
Okay.
And so I was already desensitized with that. I was like, oh, okay, this reminds me of Beetlejuice.
With the adult content or this?
Maybe a little both. No, I'm just kidding. But I remember watching that, and Carla was she was screaming.
You know, this movie didn't.
She was screaming more than them.
Yeah. This movie didn't give me Beetlejuice vibes.
No, just that scene.
Yeah,
that scene.
Supergirl did.
Supergirl did.
Oh yeah.
What happened?
Oh, that was Jason Momoa's character. He was Beetlejuice the whole way.
Oh, Lobo.
Lobo was Beetlejuice,
Which means
don't
wolf
say
in
Lobo
Spanish.
3 times.
Why? What happens? No, don't tell me they do that in the movie. Don't say Lobo 3 times.
Oh, you haven't seen Supergirl yet? Okay.
No, because all the reviews.
All right, we're gonna stick to the Odyssey.
Okay.
Because I don't want to spoil that one for you, but let's just say I got Beetlejuice vibes from that movie.
Okay.
And I know I just spoiled it for you.
No, it's fine. But going back to Odyssey, so now Cersei is turning them into pigs.
Yeah.
And the best way to describe it to somebody, and maybe I'm making up the word, I would call this body horror.
Yeah.
With the bone crunching and the pulling of the stuff.
And they're awake and they're screaming and
they're like paralyzed. They can't do nothing. So she has complete control over them.
Yeah. And she's just singing her little song while she's done it. You little piggies, and get back to your normal form. Oh my God.
Because apparently that's what they are deep down inside.
They're pigs.
They're pigs, yeah.
Because they go through, and she turned them into their natural state.
So I'm curious as to what kind of soldiers were the tigers and the lion, and like what kind of men were they?
If you're and who knows how long they were there?
Yeah,
because
one of them was like what, a deer?
One was a deer, and who knows how many more others were on the island?
So what do you have to do in life as a man to be a deer? Just like eat grass and fuck around? Like,
let's just ask Arthur Morgan.
Oh, that's our next episode.
Just ask Arthur Morgan. You know what I mean? But they, but the soldiers saw that when she goes, okay, leave your weapons and armor outside, and he goes and he looks, and you just see that whole, and the grass is already growing over some of it, so it's like,
it's been there a while.
How long has this been here?
Yeah,
and yeah, so now that answers a lot of questions.
So now we fast forward to Matt Damon, and he shoots it. He sees it's a man. What was he yelling at the soldier at the boat? Do you remember?
I think it was his name.
Oh, okay. I couldn't remember what he was yelling at him.
And I'm trying to remember the guy
because he was yelling something. He was like, "Hey!" Da, 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 da. He was yelling something, and then he grabbed his archer. No, he grabbed something. His weapons.
He grabbed a dagger. He grabbed the dagger for one. He said, "Give me your dagger." And then I want to say it was he dropped off the bow and arrow and he grabbed something else.
Yeah, and also when she opened up the door and you see all the pigs come out, I'm like, wow. And she was just like,
at first I thought they had their boots on.
Oh,
I was like, you didn't see the boots? Oh wait, that's not boots.
Yeah, it's their hoofs, or some people in the South they say pig's feet.
Pig's feet.
Someone ate my pig's feet. Remember Friday? You ate all the pig's feet, ate all the cereal, and you drank all the goddamn milk, and you get fired on your day off.
Yeah. No, actually, what's funny is the guy that stayed at the boat, I kept thinking, I was like, dude, I know this guy from somewhere. I don't know where. And I was like, dude, that's the dude from Vikings. And I was like, no, is it?
I only saw bits and pieces of the show.
Of Vikings?
Yeah, just bits and pieces. I know it has my favorite song. It's like the sad song. It's like, oh.
But it turned out not to be him. But I thought it was him because at the same time too, he was also most recently in Midway, the movie Midway, the World War II.
Yeah, the World War II plane battle thing.
He was the captain that died on the ship at the beginning. The one that died, the one they was grieving over. Anyway, Alexander Ludwig. I thought it was him.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. So I don't know. I don't know who that guy is.
Well, you said Ludwig, so let's go back to the movie.
How does that transition? But
the composer.
Oh, that's a good call.
Is this the same composer, Ludwig? Is he the same composer that did
Oppenheimer,
Mandalorian?
And Mandalorian. Yeah.
So he's
been working with Nolan for a while.
So if you think about it, he has 2 movies that came out in 2026.
Yeah.
If you think about it. So, I really don't have a problem with the music score. Now,
I like it because it was different.
Yeah.
It didn't follow the stereotypical cinematic vibe.
Well, it's because this is what Nolan wanted. He said, I want Bronze Age instruments mostly.
Yeah, you could hear all the flutes. You could hear all the different things that were in there. The different drum beats.
Yeah.
It was. You know what? I'm going to say it's more like it was appropriate for the era.
So, did you notice the battle in Troy when they were warning that they were inside the walls? Did you notice there was no big bell? They were just like banging on.
They're banging
the
the gongs.
No, but it wasn't gongs. It was like metal. Like they were hitting metal sheets. It looked like cookie trays. I'm like, oh yeah, they didn't have bells. They didn't have sirens.
They didn't have horns. They didn't have sirens.
They didn't have horns or sirens.
And so one person, it's like the It's like the light on the forest, right? Where, and I forgot what it was for, but you had all these these little fires that one person lights it, that goes to the next one, goes to the next one. It's like a communication tool.
Fire signals.
Yeah, fire signals. But that's kind of what this was. There was just sound. So one person starts banging, next person. So this way you can warn the whole
right.
Whole
because
city.
if you watch the movie Troy, it was a big bell.
Yeah.
That they were ramming with the thing. I was like, wait a minute, I don't think that's time appropriate.
Big bell. Yeah.
But with this one, it was like they had metal and they were banging it with whatever they could, and I was just like, oh, that sounds appropriate.
Yeah, the gongs, basically, their style of gongs.
Their style,
and they were all different. They look like basically old armor, but they're like, oh, this armor's not getting anywhere. Oh, but it'd be a good gong.
It'll be a good gong, and that was their warning that the walls had been breached. So now we're gonna go back to Cersei, and I believe that the tension in the scene with Odysseus was really, really good acting with them going back and forth with their lines because he's not backing down. Mm-mm. She's not backing down because she has the piggies, which is her, his soldiers. And
he's got her sister in his hand.
Well, that was after, but they're really talking and negotiating, which what you were saying was like, she's like, you come into my house, you define Zeus's law and all that. And he's like, well, where are my men? They were here. Where,
Yeah. It was a... I think if that scene was just very well captivating. That was like the one part of the movie that really gave me Mark Watney vibes.
Yeah, and the whole dialogue when he grabbed the bird and he's like, sister, and then that's when he realized, and so he's holding the crow. I would say raven. He's holding
the black raven.
Yeah, the black raven in his hand, and that's her sister. And my question was, what did the sister do so bad that she had to turn her into that?
Beat on her, made her feel bad, belittled her, a lot of things like that.
Yeah, turned her into Raven. And if you remember, after he negotiated, got the men to turn into normal human beings, which was so cool. She was like, turn into your, what was it? It wasn't your true selves.
Your earthly selves.
Yeah, turn into your earthly selves or your disguises or something.
Oh, yeah, your earthly disguises. There you go.
Your earthly disguises. I was just like, wow. And of course, the men just look shocked. They look scared. Mm-hmm. But if you remember, he told the men something. And I think they wanted to kill her or something. And he was like, no, she was given that power from the gods or something. Remember, he was like, how do you think she got that power? Yeah. So that's when he was starting to realize and change. He's like, oh, shit.
She also gave him some direction. She's the one that led him to Hades.
She led him to Hades, yeah.
She said, go to the Hades, go to where the ice meets the fire, or the fire meets the ice.
Which they filmed in Iceland.
Yeah.
Dude, and what was it? They had to do a sacrifice. Was it of 2 animals or 1?
Well, in the movie, they did the blood sacrifice, but in the book, it's a bunch of other stuff. That's why I said this. There's so many aspects to this movie that omitted so many things. So like in the way I remember the actual Hades scene was that not only was it a sacrifice of blood, but there was other things too. There were some certain spices, there was honey, there was some other things in it that they had to put into the trench, right? Because that's the dead have to come up and they get summoned to it, basically, like ants.
Yeah, no.
They come up to it, and so there was a bunch of stuff. But in this movie, they just used the 2 goats.
The 2 goats on the plate and the blood.
I thought it was a shield, but
It was a shield. Yeah,
it looked like a shield.
Yeah, it was a backward shield.
Right. And then so they put it right there on the border, and then that's when, the dead come out.
So my question is, the main guy that came out with the bandana covering his eyes and speaking to him, was that Hades?
No. So
Or was that the boatman?
No, that is actually the blind poet. Oh. Try him. Oh my gosh, I can't remember.
It's not Priam, because Priam.
No,
is Achilles'
this guy wasn't a soldier. He's actually a he's a
because
I can't even pronounce Tiresias.
Tiresias.
Because
I'm thinking of the boatman from the underworld, where he's in between worlds.
Okay, say it again. Are you kind of confused?
Because when you pass, they have to put 2 coins in your eyes, so you could pay for the boatman to travel into the underworld. So I was getting the impression that was the boatman bringing them up to speak, but then bringing them back.
So for everybody out there, so in Greek mythology, Tiresias, I had to look at the pronunciation there, was a blind prophet of Apollo in Thebes, famous for clairvoyance and for being transformed into a woman for 7 years.
Oh, I know Thebes.
He was the son of the shepherd Everus and the nympho Chariclo. Tiresias participated fully in 7 generations in Thebes, beginning as advisor to Cadmus, the founder of Thebes.
Thebes was always attacked in history. Anytime I remember history, Thebes was always attacked. Okay, I'm familiar with this. So now let's go to the
because
scene.
he's the one that gives Odysseus all the warnings.
Yeah, he gave him all the warnings and told him what was going to happen.
So basically, that started the scene. So they have to travel to where the fire meets the ice, right? And then they have to dig the trench and they have to do the sacrifice.
Yeah,
and then they wait for all the spirits to come up, right? And
what was your opinion on the look and the style of him filming in Iceland?
That was appropriate. It was cold. It was dark.
It was dark. The soil was black.
And that's what it was. That's the vibe that I got. It was just a very dark thing. And they made even the soldiers all dark. Like they just crawled out of the dirt. So,
yeah.
And they can't speak until they taste the blood, right? So, and the first one to go up was Sinon, right?
Yeah.
And then actually Sinon and Tiresias were the only two that talked. Oh, actually, Agamemnon.
Yeah.
Agamemnon did. That's when he gave him the warning of like, don't go back, expecting a homecoming. Go back in disguise, see what's happened, see what's changed,
learn what's happened in your
kingdom. He goes, Agamemnon, what happened to you? I thought you made it home. He goes, I did make it home, and then he told him the story about how he got betrayed and died, and so. I like that scene because it really kind of proved that Odysseus didn't know what was going on in the rest of the world.
He was oblivious to it.
Here we are years later after the war, and he's like, "We're trying to get home. We don't know where everyone else is." I mean, cell phones weren't invented, but
no, I know.
You know what I mean? But basically, these were all people that were close to Odysseus or knew him or fought for him. And this was all of them, like they're soldiers.
I felt that the acting of Elliot Page in that scene was really good. Well, I liked the style and the makeup. I was like, wow, like Elliot's really acting well. Like, why didn't you tell me? And my brother betrayed me. What was it again that the brother betrayed the father?
It was a coward, basically.
He got the father killed. Yeah, he got the father killed
afterwards.
Yeah, afterwards. So Simeon found out that the father died.
Right, because his father was there in Hades.
Yeah, so that's when he learned all the betrayal that his brother did. He's like, do me a favor, promise me. And I think he still had it, right? He showed him the little object. He goes, no, I still have it.
Yeah.
He goes, give that to my brother and let him know of his cowardice or something.
Yeah, something like that,
yeah.
And that story actually takes place just not there. That takes place, in like another book of the Odyssey somewhere.
Okay.
But it was condensed. Yeah, well, it was just one of those things that Nolan brought into this movie to make the movie better.
Yeah,
to give more guilt because
it's like, if you think about it, every island looked different and every island had a different aspect. And now I think about it is like, do you have a problem with certain islands and certain scenes? Like, no. I even like that scene because they're drinking from the blood and they have to speak. And I don't get it. They're being chased, so can they still kill them? Why are they running away? Can the dead kill them?
Well, they are in human form, so.
Oh, okay.
I can't answer that one for you.
I'm just like, well, pull out your sword and cut the skeleton, but it's just like.
Well, these are all of his men that felt that they've been wrong because they haven't been buried properly.
Yeah.
Because if you see, the most recent men are the ones that came up first. The big black guy. So,
the one that got killed in the cave.
Yeah. Well, he got bitch slapped up against the wall.
He got pimp smacked.
Yeah, he got Cyclops.
Yeah,
slapped. But yeah, no, he was there, and that's why they were.
That's when he was chasing him. Yeah, he was chasing him specifically.
And so kind of tie in with the internet outrage, because that scene of him turning around and running, he's going, "Let's go!"
Wow.
Was an outcry from the internet rage people. Because they're like, oh, a Greek would never speak like that.
Oh my God.
It's like the whole father daddy thingy, mom, dad,
take
father.
a chill pill.
So,
holy shit.
Yeah, it's just, I think I throw this movie in the category of like He-Man, where the movie is what it is. And if you stop and you really take a look at it and really see it for what it is, it's an excellent movie. But yet people have such great high expectations or certain beliefs as to how this movie's supposed to be.
Right.
And when one part of that isn't so satisfied, it's suddenly a shitty movie.
So the person
and
they're
going to argue everything.
So the person I saw this with, she immediately pointed out the accents. She was like, why are they speaking with American accents? I don't understand.
Because every other Odyssey movie has ever done that.
Right. So I told her, I'm like, oh, you think this is Troy, where they had to speak with English colloquial accents,
even in Troy, they didn't do it.
Troy, they use the English accents.
Well, okay, so these are all the guys from Braveheart. So
yeah, so
they were Scottish Irish.
Well, Hector, the actor, he's Australian, and Brad Pitt, he's an American, and they both had an English dialect coach. So Eric Bana is Australian, so he's like, what's his name?
Sean Bean's British, so
or is he Scottish? I don't know.
Yeah. Somebody let us know in the chat.
Because Sean Bean had a little bit of a Scottish accent in Troy, but I could be wrong. It could be where he's from. But
Brendan Gleeson was in it.
A lot of them were. The dude that played from Excalibur. What's his name? The King. I forgot his name. What's the name of the king? No. What's the name of the king that pulls the sword out of the stone? What's the name of that king? The King of Camelot. King Arthur?
King Arthur.
Yeah. So the actor from Excalibur and King Arthur was in Troy as well. So it's just like you have a lot of people in Troy with these English accents, and I think people were expecting them to speak like that. I have no problem with the American accent. It's what we interpret. And Christopher Nolan, and he's.
It's even like Game of Thrones. Many of them didn't even have. Not everyone. There were some people that had just regular English accents.
Yeah, the from England. That's where Daddy's from.
I think a lot of it is like, look at Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, the one with Kevin Costner.
Oh yeah.
Okay, Robin Hood. It's a British theme with Sherwood Forrest. He's from England, and you got an English American actor playing it.
Yeah,
in an American accent.
It's like, wait a minute, weren't you in Dancing with
Christian
Wolves?
Slater was in that. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't understand.
Dave Chappelle. Oh no, that's the other one.
Well, Man in Tights.
Man in Tights.
Carrie Elway.
Yeah.
No, but even the Princess Bride.
Yeah.
But no, it's. I think what's mind blowing to me is that all the movies in the past 40 years that have broken this accent thing, right? So you have Americans playing English characters and vice versa. You have a lot of English people playing American characters, and some have a good American voice and some don't.
Even with the Russians, like people still complain that English actors are playing Russians, and I'm like, I don't have a problem with it in Hunt for October, and more recently the HBO miniseries Chernobyl.
Yeah,
I'm like, did you see it? It's great. It's like, yeah, but they're speaking with English accents. I was like, who cares? The show is amazing. It's a great miniseries of Chernobyl. And I you know what I learned a long time
Honestly,
ago?
have you ever heard a Russian talk? Their accent is so thick.
Yeah.
You can't understand
You
it.
can't understand it. It's like, have a good day. You know, like, привет, как дела? I'm like, wait, hold on. What'd you say?
Their accents are just so thick. It's difficult to, and try to throw that a bunch of character. You're not gonna, like, actually, seriously, if anyone has a chance to go online and see an actual Russian movie,
And now I think
you're
about it,
not going to understand.
Tom Holland did a Los Angeles American accent, and he's from England. He could have done his English accent. And the same thing with Robert Patterson. He's an English actor.
Yeah.
So the both of them could have done their natural dialect English.
But it would have been different from everybody else.
Exactly. So they all kept it American.
Yeah.
They all kept an American accent.
They just basic, simple English. That was it.
And again, it's an American-made movie.
And, and
what-
honestly, if you look at the trends of all the movies from the past, I mean, you look at all the Odysseus movies, all the Robin Hood movies, they're all like I think the most recent Robin Hood had Russell Crowe in it.
Right.
I think it was the only one that had an accent.
So I'm looking at now famous Greek actors.
Even look at Gladiator. Joaquin Phoenix didn't have an accent.
No, well, he did an English accent.
Barely.
Yeah, he did an English accent.
He's not good at accents.
So
He's good at everything else.
I just looked up famous Greek actors, right? And we have Alex Georgoulis, and we have Yorgos Krumas. So a lot of these people,
Like, even look at, all right, Greek people out there.
yeah. So there's not too
How
many
many
of them.
Greek actors were in my big Greek wedding?
Oh, I think 2.
So I
think 2 or 3.
Like okay, pull up 100. I don't know how many extras they had, but let's just say
Yeah.
20 big named Greek actors that are big in the world today, and let's put them in this movie. You can't
Yeah.
get 20 of them.
No, there's not enough, and there's not too many famous ones. So you have Christopher
And if anything,
Papadakis.
you're going to have a lot of Italians. You're going to have a lot of British people, a lot of Spanish people from that era.
Yeah, and you have what's her name, Kalia Andriolota. So there's only like 2 or 3 of them that I recognize. Everybody else, I'm
I want to say, the love interest of Helen. She wasn't Helen. Who was she? But I know Isabella Rossellini was in the 54 movie.
yeah.
I don't remember her character, but I know she was in it. She's Italian.
That's what I'm saying. And I just Googled it. There's a few, but none of them are famous. They're not Hollywood.
How many Italians were actually in The Sopranos?
Quite a bit. Quite a bit. There was quite a bit. That I can attest to.
Just saying.
But
But
now we're gonna go back to the,
so
to the
after
movie.
Cersei's, that's when we lead into Calypso. That's when he.
Kind of, because I want to say.
Well, okay. So
we
after
go-
Cersei's, they go into the whirlpool. I take that back.
So I don't know why, but I wanted to see the ship go in the whirlpool. But they said if you go in the whirlpool, you'll die, right?
There's a theory on that, right? It goes back to your childhood. It's the battleship theory. Remember? Anyway, so back in the day,
Like the board game
so
Battleship.
back in the day, and so so this goes all the way back to like the 40s and 50s. So when you're trying to train a boy to potty in the toilet, right?
Yeah.
You put these little paper battleships in the toilet, and you say, "Okay, sink the battleship with your pee."
No, I never.
It's the
did.
whirlpool feature.
Yeah, no, I never did that. I just used the potty, and then I used.
I'm just saying-
Then I used the big boy toilet.
Okay, you were great up until you said, "Then I use the big boy toilet."
I used the big boy toilet.
You had the little plastic one that sat on the side.
Yeah, that's what I used.
So, anyways, the whirlpool scene. But yeah,
Okay.
so back when they were in Hades, that's when
They were warned about
he
it.
was warned by the prophet.
It's like if you go in the whirlpool, you all die. If you go in the cavern,
you go through the strait, the cave strait.
6 of you will perish.
6 will die because of the Kraken. Yeah,
The Kraken. Yeah. It was like, what was it? 3-headed monster?
yeah.
Okay. And then they must pass the sirens, the screaming sirens.
And then they pass the screaming sirens.
Okay. So it was the screaming sirens, then
Sorry,
the
it was,
Kraken?
it was the sirens first, and then it was the whirlpool and the Kraken. Yeah.
No, it was whirlpool first. They broke the oars. They went into the canyon. Screaming sirens, then Kraken. and then they escaped, and then they went to Zeus's island.
Okay, well, we'll go with yours.
Yeah. Because I'm.
I think the sirens were first.
Sirens were first. Kraken.
Because that's when he said, "Tie me up," and then they lost the one dude. Where they put the box in their ears.
Yeah.
And then they get to the whirlpool, and they couldn't go to the left of it because of the way the water's flowing, so they had to go to the right.
How did they film that whirlpool scene? Was that CGI? That had to be.
Part of it was. So there was some images I'd seen. So basically, they'd done that in a giant pool.
Oh,
right?
Okay.
So I get it's weird.
It looks so real.
It's movie tricks basically.
Okay.
So how I guess they did it was, they put a boat like on a crane above the whirlpool.
Okay.
So basically, the pool itself generated a big whirlpool, so you could see the big whirlpool, and they had a crane up top that held the boat, and they took the boat around it. So basically, that's how they filmed it. And then they had blue screen, so they put the background drops in, right? And so what we saw was when the boat was in the water part, and then when you actually saw the men in the ships, that was a different set.
Because I was looking at it, I was like, "Ooh, I want them to go in it because I want to see it. I want to see down below."
Yeah. So yeah, you're right. If they would have gone to the whirlpool, they would all died. But he didn't make the choice; his men did.
And he knew. That's what he told him. He goes, "If I told you, you wouldn't have gone.
You wouldn't have gone this way."
Yeah.
Because had you gone through the whirlpool, we all would have died. So I had to let you make your choice. So
yeah, because he heard the prophet.
Right. So the sirens.
Oh, that's what he said. He's like you're going back to Hades. Tell you? Yeah, because going back to Hades, he's like your men could leave to hear this part.
Oh, it's not for their ears.
It's not for their ears. Yeah. Okay. Yes.
And then he did warn them about Helios Island, where you can't eat the cattle.
Yeah, you can't slay any of the cattle on Zeus's island. Which they did.
It wasn't Zeus. It was.
I thought it was Zeus's island.
It was a Zeus's island.
Yeah. Zeus?
No, the sun god. Who's the sun
Apollo's
god?
island.
No, it was the sun god. Who's
Okay,
the sun god?
Apollo.
No.
Yeah, Apollo's the sun god, patron of Troy. Yeah. So it was Apollo's island, and they slayed the beef because I think there wasn't enough food on the island or something. They said.
No, they ended up eating all the food that was on the island.
Yeah, and then they slayed the beef.
They said don't slay the beef.
Yeah.
It's Helios Island. Helio is the god.
Okay.
No, so remember, because the wind pushed them into the land, and they couldn't sail out of it because the wind was so strong. It kept pushing them there.
Right.
It was like a test, right? So they were strong enough until they ran out of food, and then that's when they ended up eating the cattle, and then the sun basically, or the wind died. And says, "Oh, we can get off the island. We can get off the island.
We can leave." But that was a trap.
That was a trap. So they left, and then that's when they hit that massive storm.
Right, and then the ship broke in half.
Yep.
And now we're gonna go to your part.
Oh, and that was actually kind of sad too, because you actually see in the movie the splitting of the boat, and it's got Odysseus on one, and you see the rest of the crew on the other.
Yeah,
it was like the Titanic 2.0 right there.
Yeah, they got
And
separated. And they're screaming out for help, but there's nothing he could do because he told them. He's like,
"I wanted you to live."
Yeah, he's like, "You made the choice." He goes, "I told you not to do it." Like,
And then he wakes up in
Calypso's
Calypso Island. Yeah,
Calypso Island. Now, Calypso, she's a real woman, or is she some type of a goddess?
She's a nymph, basically.
Okay.
No, she's a real person.
A nympho?
She's a nymph.
Okay, and then she started to give him the lotus flower so he could forget.
Correct.
And then she fell in love with him.
Correct.
Okay, and he fell in love with her.
Yeah, because he forgot about everybody else.
Yeah, and then that's when she tells him everything. You know, he remembers everything about Troy, and basically he was there for 7 years.
She kept him for 7 years.
She kept him for 7 years. Oh, I gotta say, I really like his look with the long beard and his hair went white. I thought he looked cool as a beggar.
Well, as somebody that can't grow a full beard, I give him credit for it.
And he was in shape. Did you see him?
Not bad for a 55-year-old.
Not bad for 55. I was like, damn, this guy's in shape. I was like, I got to catch up. I'm a little out of shape.
for as old as he is?
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at...
He hit the weights.
If you look at previous actors, and their prime. I mean, it's almost like up there with
Stallone.
Kirk Douglas level.
Yeah.
I mean, like I think, like when you see these movies of these actors when they're in their 50s and 60s, and they're still in great shape.
Yeah.
I mean, that's phenomenal.
Yeah,
Good for them.
because Sylvester Stallone did the Expendables in his 60s, and he still was in good shape. So, like you think, also in Rocky 6, he was 59.
I didn't see 6.
Yeah, so if you saw Rocky Balboa or Rocky Part 6 when he fights,
I'm just saying 59. I'm going to go watch the new movie.
59. I Play Rocky?
I got to see that one.
Yeah, that looks good.
I hope he really does a good job playing that role.
I'm going to watch it. It's going to be good.
So basically, Calypso was a nymph who lived on the island of Ogigria. Sounds like orgy, but it's Ogigria, I guess. Where
so nymph and an orgy. Okay, got it.
There's no R there. It's Ogi.
Okay, Ogi.
She basically detained Odysseus for 7 years against his will because she promised him immortality if he would stay with her.
Right, and basically that's
and
kind
then
of
once he remembered, he wanted to go home.
He wanted to go home,
and she knew that she could only feed him so much because he kept remembering more and more and more.
I don't know why, but watching this movie, it triggered a lot of movies. Remember I said Beetlejuice and everything? Mm-hmm. So when he was floating on the raft, do you know what movie triggered?
Castaway.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I was waiting for somebody to yell out Wilson. Yeah.
I thought about it 100%. Like, why does this feel like Castaway right now? Mm-hmm. Like, is the whale going to save him? How's he going to get to his island? I was just like, what is going on?
The only thing that popped into my head at that point was like, he's getting on this boat. He's going to let the wind take him, but he has no food.
And I was just like, how far away is he from home?
Who knows?
Who knows, right? So there we go. Now he finally gets home.
He wakes up, and because Athena wakes him up.
Yeah, she wakes him up on the shores.
He goes, "Where am I?" And she goes, "Don't you know the beaches of your own home?"
Yeah.
And so then that's when he...
Did you notice when he got up, he had like all the rocks on his body and stuff? I was like, oh, this is real acting right here.
Yeah, he just left it all there and put the thing over him, and
Yeah, I would have been uncomfortable. I'm like, okay, Athena, can you like...
Well, that's why he's making $20 million. I
was like, Athena, can you like slap some rocks off my back, please?
I wouldn't have jumped in the water and get it all off. But.
Yeah, not put clothes over it.
Yeah.
But now...
and now he turns into the beggar.
So because of the echoes of the words of Agamemnon, he's like, don't go expecting a warm welcome. Learn what's going on. And if you remember... He was like, your mother should remarry and everything like that. Maybe she fell out of love with Odysseus. So he was trying to look and see, which was really smart. Of course, John Leguizamo knocked it out of the park. I loved his character.
Yeah. It, like I was telling you earlier, I mean, John Leguizamo now... I mean, the guy's like in his 60s. He's like 62, 63.
He's in his early 60s.
I saw a funny meme where they said, why would you cast John Leguizamo as an old guy? You should just cast an old guy. The caption was, John Leguizamo is 66.
He's 66 years old. Yes. What do you expect?
I'm like, yes, finally.
A lot of people say I look like him. I met John Leguizamo. I met him at New York Comic-Con.
All you Puerto Ricans look alike.
Well, he's not even Puerto Rican. He's Colombian.
We all look alike.
Yeah. So what happened was when he started, Colombians...
Sorry if I offended
No, you're fine. What happened was when he started, Colombians had like a bad, rep because of, I guess it was...
Castro? Yeah.
No, Escobar. And
Pedro Escobar. Oh, yeah.
So I guess he said he was Puerto Rican, but he thought he was Puerto Rican, but then he found out he was Colombian, but he's really Colombian. So yeah, he was born in Bogota, Colombia.
So he plays Eurymeus. So actually,
he's my height.
Oh, you're short. We're all short.
Yeah, he's 5'8" like me. I met him in real life. I got dressed up as Luigi from Super Mario Brothers, and he wanted to take a picture with me with his personal phone.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
So it was. So his character Eurymeus, actually, in real life he's a slave. By nature, he's a slave.
Yeah,
but he was actually Odysseus' father's slave.
Right.
All right. So he helped raise Odysseus. That's why you hear him in there, where Odysseus looks up to him like a father.
Yeah,
because he kind of raised him like a father,
and he did the same for his son.
Right. So he's all, I love him just like a son, and that's when he shows his loyalty to him and everything like that. But overall, his character, I thought it was, I mean, through all the challenges that he was faced in the movie, you know, and I actually liked the before and after part too, because, you know, when they were younger and he was throwing, the puppy scenes.
Oh, he threw the puppies off
the cliff. All the outrage on the internet was,
that's why he had the
puppy. The dogs aren't really dead.
Yeah, they're not real dogs.
But if you go back into the old mythology back then, any imperfections were thrown over.
Yeah,
I mean, just look at the movie 300.
The Chinese would do that too.
Yeah, just look at the movie 300.
Yeah,
any imperfections. I mean, the 300 would be the best, closest one that I could tell people if you want to see it in extreme.
Kick you into the well.
No, they were thrown off the cliff into that. Yeah. It was also in whatchamacallit too. Guardians
of the Galaxy.
Yeah, where he finally Star-Lord meets his dad.
Oh yeah,
and then we get
the children that weren't perfect.
And that's when they were in that cave with all those skeletons.
Yeah, all the dead bodies of his children.
So in this movie, John Lucas almost tossing these puppies over, and that's when Odysseus finds Argos.
Yeah, and he
says, "I'll take him."
Yeah, he's like, "I don't know, not this one."
Yeah, I'll take him. It'll be my good hunting dog. And actually, I'm sorry. There was people that were like, "Well, why would Argos be?" And because Argos in the story lived for the 20 years.
Yeah, until his master came
He outlived him because he knew he was coming home.
Yeah.
And I love the way that they depicted this and that.
Well, my sister's cat, Sonny, he lived up to 19, so I believe it.
Yeah, they, because you just feel it, that bond. I mean, between a dog
and the master.
If you're not an animal lover, you're not going to understand.
No.
But,
No, so now he finally gets through the gates. No, he doesn't get to the gates. Now he's looking for his son because he knows that there's going to be a trap.
Well, Eurymaeus tells him. Yeah. In the beginning, he's all like, what happened? He's all, where are your guard dogs? And he's all, I'm burning them right now. And and he's all,
yeah.
Where's, the son of that was Telemachus? And he was all, well, he's off. He went to go meet Menelaus. And that's when the suitors are planning. Then they said the port, and he's all, that's when he's going to, they're setting a trap for him. So then that's when Odysseus goes, okay, I need food to get over there. And then that's when he gets there. Which
now we're going to go to the temple scene. I really liked it. And when he shoved the sword in the fake priest's neck, I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah, he's all like, I already saved one old man today. I'm not in the mood to do another. And then that's when he just goes, just grabs his hand and
shoved it right in his throat.
Yeah.
I felt bad for Mentor because he died, but Mentor recognizes him. He's like,
there at the end. Him. Well, yeah, he drank the poison.
He drank the poison, and but yeah, Mentor. And that's funny because too, when you hear about Greek mythology names and terms that are used in modern day, when Mentor was that to Telemachus, right? And that's what we have at our job. We have mentors,
and not only that, schools. Yeah, you need help. Go ask a mentor. Mm-hmm. These are people that are supposed to help you and protect you and teach you,
guide
things,
you,
and guide you. And so, does that come from there? Maybe,
most likely. A lot of words come from Greek words.
But I thought it was cool. Ryan Hurst, always one of my favorite actors.
Oh, he was great in Sons of Anarchy as Opie.
Sons of Anarchy. I thought you were gonna say Remember the Titans.
Remember the Titans. Take that poster off. I don't want to effing look at it. And they get into a big fight.
And it was Saving Private Ryan. So he's had a good career. I like him.
Oh, Saving Private Ryan. He was the one that lost the brothers. That he thought his brothers died.
No.
Which one was
that was the dude from Castle. That was Nick.
He was the one that the grenade blew off.
I bet you've been next to my ear and you're gonna have to speak up.
You're welcome. Yeah. That was. He goes, thank you. Look down. He's like, oh, you're welcome.
Yeah.
That was him.
That was him.
Okay. Just a heads up. I can hear the meat crunching, but I'll lower your mic for now. You're good.
No one can hear it. You're just making things worse than this. I can hear it, just like I can hear you.
I can lower it.
The whole time, and I didn't say anything.
You can eat.
Because no one cares.
But now he sees Mentor die. Then they try and sneak in, and you can see he's denying who he is to his son.
Well, he's trying to conceal it, not deny it.
He's trying to hide it. He's just like, no.
Well, he doesn't want to reveal it.
Yeah, he goes, my name is
Sinan. He
Sinan.
took the persona of Sinan.
He took the personas, which was great because that is him honoring the dead. Mm-hmm. He's like, no, I will honor you.
And it's a justifiable way to get in because people know the name.
Yeah. He's like, oh, Sinan. Yeah, no, I love that he snuck in, and it was just such a badass part where he's just like, he's watching all this go down, and then he talks to his wife. And I think the wife realizes who he is, and then that's when she does the test.
Well, at first, he was telling her the story. He was telling her the story, and then he told her about the emblem, the pin,
Athena
pin.
pin.
And then that's when she got to the point of like, you know what? It's time to move on. And I think he did that on purpose so she could move on.
Yeah.
To do the test, to do this. That's why, you know, when they said get all the weapons off the walls and this and that, and he's like, yeah, but if you're gonna fight him, you're not gonna have a weapon. Oh, my wife will see to it. I'll have a weapon. That was the bow.
The bow, yeah.
So, yeah, no, I thought it was kind of a great scene. I mean, if anything, it probably kind of like slowed the tempo down a little bit.
But it was for the tension because it's just like, what's going to happen?
Yeah.
And I like the fact that they said Zeus was watching. That's why you hear the lightning in the background.
Yeah.
I was just like, and of course, in the movie theater, that sound was amazing every time a thunderclap or a lightning striked. And
I thought the sound and the music in this movie was fantastic.
Fantastic. I think this is one of those films that was edited and done correctly.
No.
With music and sound, because it was loud in my theater and I saw it regular laser projection and I loved it.
I mean, just that whole setup where, you know, you can tell Telemachus is trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Eumaeus, John Leguizamo is actually kind of trying to figure it out. He thinks it is, you know, and then
I like that part. He's like, we're all done with the test. And then you hear, you know,
he's like, I'm not. I only got a turn.
I haven't. And everyone's like, I'll start laughing. But as soon as he sits down, that's when Robert Pattinson realizes, he's like, oh, shit. Well, we'll go back to that part where he gave him the little piece.
The first time he went in there, you know, he confronts him as Sinan, and he goes, hey, you remember the name and this and that? And then that's when he showed him the lottery bit. The
lottery bit that he switched.
Right, that he switched. And then, because he was a coward, he sent his brother to it.
He sent his brother to the war.
Yeah, and so to justify it, he was trying to tell everybody, I wanted to go to the war, and you know he wouldn't let me. He told me to stick around and stay, and so I guess
watch after my son.
I guess Odysseus kind of felt some sort of obligation because he saw it happening, and didn't really correct it. He just embraced Sinan, you know, the child, and said, "Oh, yeah, I'm going to take care of you." So he kind of did. So
yeah, he's like, I'll watch after you.
Yeah, and so, but yeah, no. So yeah, the first time his interaction in the hall, he was kind of seeing who was who, as who was loyal, who was not loyal, who was following Zeus's law, who wasn't following Zeus's law, and all this. So kind of getting a feel for the group, right? Yeah. And then he ends up talking with his wife. She sets it in motion and so forth, and then we get the second meeting.
Yeah,
which is actually when she's going to do the choosing. Yeah, and she puts him to the test.
So the one maid, the older lady, she recognized him.
Oh yeah, the one that there was a flashback scene earlier in the movie with the hunting dog, and he saw the kids, and he got attacked by the wild boar, the javelinas for a lot of us,
Arizona javelinas.
You know, the wild boar, and it munched up his foot, and then she goes, "Stop moving, you know, unless you want a big scar or whatever," and she recognized the scar,
and then she looked at his face and she recognized him. And he was just like, don't say anything. Like, she's like, I'm sorry, I'll get another thing of water. Yeah.
Yep. So, you know, you can slowly start seeing that people were happy to see him and they understood what was going on. So
yeah. So as soon as he stretched the bow, and I kind of laughed because, you know, when he plucks it, it's that guitar string. It's like,
well, you notice the tension in the room all changed once he plucked it.
Yeah, he plucked it, and then he shot it. And then everyone was like,
well, the tension in the room started to escalate. That's when the pacing picked right back up again. Yeah. You know, Penelope stops and turns, and then he shoots it, and then I just fucking love the fact that he shot the dude in the neck.
Oh yeah, because he was about to say his name.
He's like, you're. done, gone. That thing was, that's cool. If you're not using CGI, how do you actually make it in film showing an arrow going into a dude's neck?
His throat.
That's some serious movie magic there.
I thought my only gripe is, do you remember what Tom Holland did after that? After he opened up, the servant started opening up the hole in the ceiling, throwing down the weapons. He's like, Dad! And I'm like, I would preferred father.
A lot of people would have, so I don't really know.
He said dad. I'm like,
dad is too modern term. Father, mother, father.
Father would have been better.
It's more era appropriate, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm indifferent on this one because it's like it doesn't. It honestly just doesn't matter to me for that.
Okay.
My dad,
he's like, Dad.
It just kept it through the whole theme. Like if it would have been one thing where that one scene, it was said this way, but every other scene was said another way.
Yeah.
But the fact that throughout the entire movie, it was always dad, mom,
Yeah, you're right.
So it's like, but, does it really matter?
No.
I mean, I didn't think so. It didn't change anything for me.
What it was is when he said it, so much was going on that it doesn't matter because there was so much tension building. It's like now it kind of felt like a video game with more weapons are coming down. Now you got to do this, you got to do that. And I really liked that. And what I liked was as he kept, you want to talk about a video game, as he kept leveling up and defeating people with all these new weapons, people started to take a knee and show him respect and not fight.
Yeah.
That I liked.
They recognized who he was.
Yeah.
And
like, he's the king.
Our king is back.
Yeah.
So
I love that whole look that he had with he was dressed in white and the beard. There was something mythological about it. I was like, ooh, this is really a cool look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just like that whole scene was good and all because well, first off, he got
hurt.
He got stabbed and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, is Robert Pattinson's Anonymous, right? It really showed his true cowardice and his true
he was hiding
character and
telling people go use the spears.
Yeah, it just showed his cowardice in the whole thing. So I do like that. And then the ending where he did confront him, he says, "Tell Sinan that I did tell his brothers of his cowardice," or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
It was like almost like full circle moment.
And then he did a lot of throat killing in this because he did like the same thing too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he put the thing in his mouth
and then he stabbed.
And then he stabbed him in
the throat, in the larynx. Yeah. Honestly, my favorite throat kill in a movie is The Patriot with Mel Gibson.
Oh,
where he's just like, "You're right. My sons were better men," and he goes, just goes.
Yeah, it just
that was it was the bayonet.
Yeah.
Although I gotta watch Young Washington. I'm waiting for that to
I
stream.
haven't seen it yet.
Yeah. When that streams,
I'm hearing mixed reviews on that because once again, I think that's another one of those movies
where they're comparing to the Patriot.
This is a year of movies where people are expecting things to be something that they're not.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Supergirl.
He-Man.
Now He-Man. This one.
Yeah.
Disclosure Day.
I like that way.
But once again, it was one of those where I think people were expecting it to be something that's not.
They thought it was going to be like Independence Day or E.T.
So,
yeah. So,
So, anyways.
Now we're getting a guest.
So, So, anyways, I just loved the ending. I loved how it kind of went full circle. And
no, it did. It did. No, it went full circle. It was a good ending. Actually, I'll ask a special guest here. How does she feel about the animal bone scene because she was there? She's saying no. Okay.
It's like me eating the meat on the mic. Yeah.
No, I just wanted your opinion because I was given the explanation that that you got so into the film. I'm talking to Carlina. Is that you got so into the film that you didn't fall asleep. And that you were screaming at a few scenes. What did you think about the body horror with the pigs? Remember when they're turning into the pigs?
Oh yeah, it was terrifying.
It was terrifying. Yeah,
it was. But I loved the movie. It was great. It was very special. Very, intense and dramatic.
Well, you were screaming and holding on to me for a few parts. So you didn't also like when the Cyclops got the heads, he was biting the heads off?
Yeah, because it was a little bit creepy too. I felt creeped out, like spooked.
Do you feel that this was like a couple's film?
I really don't know.
It's not a date night movie, that's for sure.
I think I
family can enjoy this.
well, my coworker said today that he wants to take his wife because he saw the little internet battle I had with another coworker defending the
So it's a
film.
good movie to go see. It's
Yeah.
it's not the typical date night movie if that's what you're asking for.
Right.
Exactly.
You
But
know.
I believe that it's a movie that everybody needs to watch, for also historical context, is the Odyssey and everything.
Right. And but you didn't fall asleep, you didn't get tired, you were sucked
Very
in.
engaging. It was very engaging.
Out of a 10, what do you give this movie?
Oh, I will give it a 10.
I gave it a 9, but
I really love it. I think it's different than other movies and the way that it was filmed and the music that they used. It was very unique, an original movie. in my
So this movie was 3 hours long.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you feel the 3 hours?
I didn't.
So it's like going into surgery, right? You go into surgery, it's 1 o'clock, you wake up at 7 o'clock.
Yeah, but I feel that I didn't felt the time passing. I really enjoyed the movie. It was super engaging, and the way that they did it, it was interesting and dramatic.
right. Thank you, Carla. I appreciate your feedback.
Thank you, Carla.
Yeah, so we're just closing up here. I give this movie, for me personally, I give it a 9 out of 10. I think
That's how I rated it on
Okay.
IMDb.
Yeah, you and I get.
So
this a
fun
high
fact here, I'm actually working on another video. So if you look on IMDb right now,
right?
for all the internet trolls out there that have internet haters, I don't know if there's going to be a term coming out of this.
Yeah,
So right now, as of today, right, I'm looking at it right now, 229,000 votes have been cast for this movie, right? And this is on IMDb. IMDb is a fan-based rating system. Out of 10, it was rated at an 8.5. That's phenomenal.
well, yeah, that's a high rating.
That's a high rating because you got movies like Apollo 13,
Yeah.
Saving Private Ryan, all these, they're all within that 8 to 8.5.
Yeah,
I don't use Rotten Tomatoes anymore because I
it's
think
so
they're stupid.
biased. Yeah, and it's
So
like
the
internet trolls.
the best one to use as far as like the actual professional critics
Yeah.
is the Metascore, which
Oh
is
yeah, the
the
Metacritic
Metacritics,
score. Yeah,
which is what IMDb uses.
right.
And right now their rating's an 88 out of 100.
See, there you go. I
So-
agree with that because I give it a 9 out of 10, so that's like a 90.
So if this movie was really so bad, then why is it rating so high?
It's high, and also, again, this is one of those cases where you know what this reminds me of? Michael. There was a lot of hate towards Michael. Some dickhead, excuse my language, some dickhead on IMDb.com, some asshole that went to the New York Film Academy with me. He decided to give it a 3 out of a 10. And I'm like, dude, you're bonkers, man. I said, what happened? Michael didn't give you, I wrote that. I'm like, what happened? Michael Jackson didn't give you an autograph or something in 2002 in New York. And, there was so much hate behind Michael. And what happened? Everybody went to go see it.
Yeah,
And it just became
it was a phenomenon.
So it was a
I
phenomenon.
think it broke $1 billion in like within this first 30 days.
Yeah, and I see the same thing happening with this movie. A lot of people are talking negative. A lot of people are hating on it. Some jerk on the news was talking about the casting, and I'm just like, you're doing the opposite, bro. You're making people want to go see it. And now word of mouth. It's the same thing as the Michael Jackson movie. There was a lot of word of mouth, like, no, go see it, go see it. It's like what we're doing now. Like I told the coworker, I said, no, go see it with your wife. Y'all two are gonna enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, I mean, this movie has to be so big if two coworkers are battling and now the other coworkers are curious.
I don't think we've ever fought over a movie in a long time.
No, I never fought over a movie, but I'm such a movie buff that I defended it.
I mean, it's one thing to have banter and defend a movie, when you're talking about movies. I mean, we do it, Gen X to Gen Z all the time.
This was like 9
but
or 10
this was
comments.
an actual, there's actual conflicts with this movie.
Yeah, it's like either you're with it or you're against it. And if you're against it, you're the enemy. You're one of them.
So, yeah. So, anyway, guys, the Odyssey, it's still out in movie theaters right now. If you have a chance to go see it,
It's only 1 week
on
out.
IMAX.
Go see it.
This is going to be out for a while. Now, as far as like seeing it on IMAX or the Cine XL screens or one of the big intended screens, I don't know how long they're going to be in the theaters for until something else comes out. I mean, Spider-Man's coming out at the end of the month, so that might take its place.
Maybe
on the big screen on the Cine XL.
I think they might have to share it.
Well, in some
They might
theaters
have to
they have
share
two
it.
of them. Like the theater I go to, they have 2 Cine XLs. So,
Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen.
so they'll have one on one side, one on the other. But
because
know,
after Spider-Man, there's nothing
smaller
really,
theaters don't have that luxury. So,
right. You're right.
So wherever you are listening in the world, listening to this, now's the chance to go see it on the big screen. As far as like the IMAX version, I invest the extra couple bucks. It's worth it.
I think this movie is going to be out for at least like a month and a half. I want to say until mid to late August. It would not surprise me that it's out in August, like maybe September.
It might. I mean, Michael was out on the theaters for a long time. I
Yeah.
mean, even Pressure was out for a while.
Yeah,
You know, Project Hail Mary was out for at least 2-3 months. Oh, Maverick, Top Gun Maverick was out for easy 4 months.
yeah.
in the
Top Gun
theaters.
Maverick lasted the whole summer.
Yeah, it was out. So yeah,
I think this is the same scenario. I think this is.
I
gonna
mean,
go
granted,
until
there'll be
September.
limited runs. I mean, maybe just like 4 or 5 showings a day.
Was this
but
an R movie? This was a rated R film.
It is rated R. yeah.
Okay, so it's going to break records with that too, as a high grossing rated R film.
It's broken all kinds of records.
Yeah.
Not only
It's got to
from-
catch up to Deadpool Wolverine, but I think it's in that circle.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, go check it out. If you guys seen the movie or plan on seeing the movie, hey, just drop us a comment down below. Let us know what you guys thought about it. And as you know, please tell your friends and family. Share this video with other people. I hope they get a good kick out of it. But yeah, guys, as always, thank you guys for spending the time with us.
Yes, like and subscribe, and I will put the link of your video in the description.
R&D to see what's in store. Who the play, Doc Holliday or Batman the best? So grab your popcorn and put Damien and Rocky to the test. Rock Dog and Damien, the ones on the mic. Be sure to subscribe and hit that like.